big and get in the boat, yes! Wow! Yes! Oh my God!
He is your champion, ladies and gentlemen!
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket, brought to you live by Toyota.
Bassmaster Live, and it's like getting the keys to a new car that you've never driven before. We're going to turn this thing on and show you something completely different today, the 2016 Bassmaster Classic Bracket Competition, the Niagara River here in Buffalo, New York. 8 anglers, the top finishers from Cayuga Lake at the last Bassmaster Elite Series regular season event, squaring off in actual match play, head-to-head competition, bracketed. We'll take it down to 2 guys on the final day who will fish for a single slot in the 2017 Geico Bassmaster Classic. Tommy Sanders here with Mark Zona, and man, 2 matches this morning, 3 hours long. That's a whole different deal.
Tommy, I have a lot of friends that say Bassmaster Live helps them not get a lot of work done in their office place, but I'm not going to lie. If you give me match play during the week, I'm getting nothing done if it's live. And the other side of that is the anglers that we're going to be covering today and tomorrow and really all week long, they're here to play, man, in a big, big way. And the other side of that, these guys are fighting for a classic spot. They would fight for a gift certificate to the Anchor Bar.
Okay.
Trust me. How about my guy?
Yeah, Mike Sucon.
I'm going to call you the ICAST Kid, Mike Sucon.
ICAST Kid, I'll take it.
Hey, bud,
great job
well done
covering
at ICAST. Give me some thoughts real quick on the bracket championship where the stars
Oh gosh, it's
come out.
all about Koby Kreiger getting his classic berth, man. He's got to be just gung ho to win, and Powroznik hinted he may let his roommates.
Let's not go. No, don't you go down that road yet, Such.
We'll take care of you from that. Okay, this is a brackets. We say it's bracketed competition. It is 8 guys, and that's the way it goes right there. They're going to be seated in the order they finished at Cayuga Lake. So Kevin Van Dam is number 1. Drew Benton is number 8. They'll be in the first matchup today. The other matchup we're looking at today, Jacob Powroznik versus Koby Kreiger.
Roommates.
That's the morning. Roommates in the morning matches there. Of course, the same thing in the afternoon. We see these fellows over here. Brett Hike going to go up against Keith Combs for 3 hours. And Dean Rojas really charged up for this thing, going after Jordan Lee. All right, out of that will emerge 4 winners, 4 who advanced on. You didn't win? Load the boat up, head on home. Okay, those 4 will play it out in 2 matches on day number 3 and day number 4, the final day. There you go. The final 2 anglers battling it out. 1 angler gets the classic berth there. Got the cash pool, $50,000 as well. But the big thing, as you say, is that berth in the 2017 Bassmaster.
No doubt about it. Obviously, the angler, if you've not been paying attention to this, the angler that really needs to catch them here being Koby Kreiger, sitting down in the 70s in the Angler of the Year standings.
Absolutely, and to show how strong this field is, everyone else is, at this point, already qualified. There's our morning matches. They're going to start at 8:30 Eastern Time, and they are going to fish for 3 hours and 3 hours only. Kevin Van Dam versus Drew Benton, Jacob Powroznik versus Koby Kreiger.
And really, 2 anglers are taking this extremely serious. One of those being Kevin Van Dam, and the other one, Dean Rojas. You would think Dean Rojas is going into the Classic after talking to him yesterday.
All right, well, we look forward to that. That's coming up this afternoon. But with one of our matches here, the 2 participants for this morning is Dave Mercer. He's coming up. We'll have Mercer, who's right there in his own neighborhood there. He's going to be with us all day, all week long. And right now, he is standing by with Drew Benton and Kevin Van Dam.
Here we are with the number 1 seed and the number 8 seed, Kevin Van Dam, and Elite Series Rookie of the Year leader, Drew Benton. I mean, what year were you born?
1988.
In 1988, at what stage was your career, Kevin?
Well, I graduated high school in 85. I was fishing tournaments then. I know I'd won the Federation Angler of the Year at that point, and a lot of club tournaments and a lot of state stuff. And actually, I fished my first Bassmaster tournament, an invitational at the St. Lawrence River in 1987.
Now, hearing stuff like that, number 1, when the brackets came out and you realized who you were competing against round 1, what went through your mind?
To be honest with you, you might as well get the best out of the way first. Somebody's going to have to face him in this deal, whether it be me or one of the other 8 guys. He's such a great fisherman. It's one of those deals where, somewhere down the line you're going to have to face him. We've had to face him, all year. So the jitters and all are out of the way. They've been gone. So
He's a great guy. I have a lot of respect for him. I've watched him, throughout my career when I've been growing up watching fishing. So it's going to be kind of neat to get to square off with him.
Well, that's all nice and everything. I mean, that's all politically correct, and we all love to hear that. But right now, I mean, there is thousands of young anglers cheering you on, and this is your opportunity to look at KVD and Trash Talk and what's going to happen out there today. Drew Benton.
I don't know. I just hope I catch a limit in 3 hours. I didn't get a whole lot figured out in that short practice period, but Kevin's old enough to be my dad, so maybe he's getting ready to retire or something, pass the torch on sometime soon.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people voting for that. I mean, most of the guys you compete against. How do you feel about that, Kevin?
I think I got a couple good casts left in me. I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe that's just what I should do, is just lay down.
Is that what you're going to do?
Nope.
Does that concern you?
Not at all. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Number 1 and number 8 seed doing battle. Kevin, your opportunity to do a little trash talking to the rookie.
Well, the deal is on this is, I've got a lot of experience and all that, but in a 3-hour shootout like this, I mean, this is like a Wednesday nighter, and you got to make it happen. You got to make it happen quick. I like the format. This fits my style. I like to fish fast anyways, but anything can happen. I mean, it doesn't matter. You lose a couple, you just, your timing's off. We got different conditions today. Anything can happen, but I'm excited about it. I didn't have what I would say is a stellar practice, but I definitely figured out what I like to see on a system like this. It's very much different than the St. Clair River, the Detroit River. I was excited to, when we were coming here, just thinking it would be pretty much similar, but it's very different than either of those two places. But the one thing that is the same is that current. I mean, yesterday with the wind ripping, it was blowing. This current was 7-8 mile an hour. I mean, you control the motor on high and you're going backwards at a steady pace. So it makes it a challenge there, but it's going to be fun. Today we should have a lot less grass floating on the top of the water from all that wind blowing it, churning things up, and should allow you to be able to fish a little better.
3 hours of fishing today. The number 1 seed Kevin Van Dam, number 8 seed Drew Benton get head-to-head, guys. These guys are the world's worst trash talkers, but two of the best anglers on the planet, trying to win the Bassmaster Classic bracket event here in the Niagara River.
Oh, thank you. What that pose at the end of the interview there, that was weird. Outstandingly weird. Okay, let's talk about
Hey, we're
these
on
two
new
combatants.
ground, Tommy.
Yes, we are. It's all new stuff, but it comes from something that happened just recently here, the Cayuga Lake Bassmaster Elite Series thing. That's how we got our competitors here, the top 8, and that's Kevin Van Dam, the winner there. Man, what a season. The formerly washed up Kevin Van Dam.
Kevin Van Dam has been washed up all year long. He's got a Toledo Bend victory, Cayuga Lake victory, and who knows what's going to happen the rest of the season. And the other side of that is, Kevin Van Dam said after that tournament, but I'm ready for this Niagara bracket tournament.
How about this matchup, though? Kevin Van Dam, number 12, Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year points versus number 13 in Toyota Bassmaster. That's a perfect matchup there. Drew Benton on track to win Rookie of the Year.
Drew Benton coming from the FLW, and one of the things that we were kind of watching with Drew Benton earlier this year was when we got out of Florida, how is he going to perform? How is he going to do? A lot of people said, man, that's a sight fisherman. He'll taper off as the year has gone on. That is not the case.
Yeah, very impressive young guy, Drew Benton. What an opportunity for Drew Benton.
No doubt about it. And here's the thing. He's got nothing to lose.
Absolutely. Kevin Van Dam has everything. All right, that was a great matchup. A little trash talking already started. Can we keep the trash talking going? I don't know. We got a different set of competitors to look at right here.
Hanging out with the number 4 and number 5 seed, of course, Jacob Powroznik and Koby Kreiger. And the song that's just keep it going through my mind is My Buddy, My Buddy. Koby Kreiger, you said to him on stage at the last event, you said at Cayuga, you said, if I finish 8th and you finish 9th, I'm dropping out of this event so you get the opportunity to make the Classic. And now you are competing against your best friend. What is going through your mind?
There's a lot at stake here, and the thing is, Koby and I are running mates. Me and him have known each other, started fishing Never Starts and stuff together back, a long time ago. And the deal is we do this for a living, and basically I'm already made the Bassmaster Classic, and he's had a kind of a up and down season, and this is his only chance to do this, and this is how we make a living. So I know that he would do it for me. So I'm not going to say I'm going to give up, but I'm probably going to lay up a little bit, let him kind of advance into the next round.
Now, I follow a lot of sports, Koby, and a guy may say that to say that before the event, maybe you're just padding a chance of a loss. I mean, that's an easy way to, if you lose the tournament, you're like, well, I was just fishing for my buddy. When you saw that you were fishing against Jacob, what went through your mind?
Well, it was, I wasn't happy about it just because of that reason. He's sort of stuck in a bad spot, and like he said, I'd feel the same way if the roles were reversed. And, it's just it's a bad deal that we got paired together, or, we're facing each other. It helped me out a little bit yesterday because I was sort of struggling a little bit, and he clued me in on a couple little things. So, which he would have even if we weren't fishing against each other, But it's just one of them things where, he had to come up here for a couple 3 days, and knowing that he wasn't going to give it his all because, in my opinion, he'd be the guy to beat.
Definitely going to be a tough guy to beat out there today. Let me ask you this straight up. Do you think you got the easiest draw with the situation or the toughest draw?
Well, it sort of depends. If he was going to fish, it would definitely be the toughest draw in the group, by far, hands down. Since the situation is what we have, it'll be interesting.
All right, I have to ask you this, Jacob, because I know millions of Bass fans around the world are wondering this right now. How can you lay up? I mean, this is a man's game. I mean, you rolling the dice. You sit at the poker table. You want to gamble, don't you?
Yeah, you do. But, in this deal, it's for a classic berth is all it's for. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I've made the classic, It's just one of those deals where – why couldn't I have drew KVD the first round? You know what I'm saying? So, something where I could have really went out there and progressed. But, like he said, this is his opportunity, and I know for a fact he would do it for me. And I've asked quite a few other anglers about what if their best friend was in this position, and every one of them said the same thing, that they would do the same thing. They're not going to say they go out there and get DQ'd or go out there and not do nothing. They're going to fish. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Koby Kreiger's advancing.
Well, the question is to fish or not to fish. We'll have to pay attention all day on Bassmaster Live. One of these guys may be going to the Classic. 8 anglers and 1 berth to the 2017 Geico Bassmaster Classic on the line here at the Niagara River.
Well, there you go. Jacob Powroznik saying, at the end of the day, Koby Kreiger is advancing. In fact,
wow,
you heard Koby Kreiger make the comment, Powroznik even gave me a few spots yesterday.
Okay, all right. We'll keep our eye on that. That bears a little more investigation right there. Let's take a look at our venue today, the Niagara River Mark Zone.
Exactly right. And the entire Niagara River is about 36 miles, but these guys are going to be the playing field's going to be about, call it, 17 to 20 miles of water. And the other side of this is, gang, you're talking about a crazy, crazy current here. Generally, you're looking at a 3 to call it about a 4.5 mile an hour current, and that's smoking, man. But yesterday, these guys were dealing with a lot of southwest winds that was pushing water up into the river. And I'm not going to say yesterday was a wash of practice, but the current yesterday was blowing about 6 to 8 miles per hour.
Wow, that is strong. Okay, and these guys, we've never had an elite event here, but most everybody who's fished on Lake Erie checks it out, keeps it honest.
They check it out, but they don't stay that long.
All right, let's get out on the water right now. These guys are going to be in place before we hit our time, and there we go. We start the competition right now with Kevin Van Dam. Well, once again, this is head-to-head. This is match play in its purest form right here. These two anglers, Drew Benton on the right, Kevin Van Dam on the left, fishing for 3 hours. They're going to get their weigh-ins out there. There's no weigh-in afterwards. We're weighing them as we catch them. It's catch, weigh, and release here today. And we'll follow that for you.
Also, for everybody that's joining us, you can catch 5 in the morning and then 5 tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So it's a combined
cumulative
10.
weight over two days for these first 2 matches, 4 matches to play out.
Combined potential 10 fish.
Right, the best you can do. And if you make it through this match today, you're one of the 4 who passed through. There'll be a single day's worth of matches all day long. Those will be 2 matches, 6 hours straight through all day long on Thursday. And Friday, of course, we'll have 2 anglers left who will battle it out for the top spot. Nothing right now. There's the scoreboard. We're going to keep it official. Bass Track now today is official. That's the you know, we
it is not. What are you saying? It's not somewhat close.
It's not all those other adjectives we've been using for all these years. Actually, it's official today.
Interesting to see these guys both starting off fishing the same way, throwing a jerkbait. And if you've never been to the Niagara River, and this is the one thing that we're going to definitely keep our eye on today, is if anybody pulls the plug and goes largemouth fishing. There are some good, a lot of the largemouth areas will be off limits because of marinas and harbors and that whole thing that we ran into at Cayuga.
Well, all right, yeah.
But curious to see if that becomes a factor.
You mentioned that as the possible X factor, the thing that could be the deal breaker for someone. And if you're not familiar, the Niagara River is what connects Lake Erie to Lake Ontario. Niagara Falls is situated in the Niagara River as well. These guys are not going to be going over the falls if they can help it, because they'll be fishing far short of that. And of course, only American waters today. You cannot fish the Canadian waters on the other side of Grand Island, which they're going on the east side of.
And you see both of these guys probably starting relatively shallow, call it 5 to 15 feet of water, jerk baiting. We're really running late up north this year for fish getting out deeper and deeper and deeper. You know, a lot of fish in this part of the country literally got done spawning in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So I don't expect that you're going to see many really deep fish caught in the next 2 days.
And Kevin Van Dam on the left, 2 wins already this season, Toledo Bend and Cayuga Lake, making him the top qualifier here. Drew Benton had a great start to his year, 4th place. St. John's River definitely was a part of the scheme down there to kick off the season.
Here is one of the biggest pains of fishing this river, the Detroit River, the St. Clair River, is floating grass. Floating grass is everywhere, and when you're throwing a moving bait, your efficiency is way down. Floating grass will be a pain.
Spend a lot of time on that. Jacob Powroznik. Just arriving at his first spot. So, you know, you don't have to start right at the dot at 8:30, although it might be a good idea, but Jacob Powroznik.
Not even fishing yet?
Not even fishing yet. Huh.
I might cast that.
Koby Kreiger's fishing. Again, Koby Kreiger, the guy to watch in this, the only one of the 8 who isn't really, on the basis of points, already well qualified for the 2016 Geico Bassmaster class. The 2017 Geico Bassmaster
A lot of people are calling Koby Kreiger an underdog, and obviously he's an underdog in the standings. Koby Kreiger is a hammer fishing up north.
It lists him as a Florida resident, but everyone who doesn't have a long career on the FLW, he's from your neck of the woods, right?
I fished against Koby since we were 17 years old. He knows exactly what he's doing on this kind of water.
Well, look at that current.
Well, I mean, I'm fortunate. I mean, with the year that I've been having, and still have a shot at making the Classic, I'm very, very fortunate. And you know, I'm going to try my darndest here in the next 2 days of fishing to make that happen. And you know, it's a pretty neat deal to be the part of the first ever Classic bracket deal that we're having. So just a neat experience, and I hope I can do everything I can do in my power to hopefully make it happen. Not really familiar with the Niagara River. I mean, fishing current like this, you know, I grew up in northern Indiana fishing on the Detroit River and the St. Clair River and a little bit on the St. Lawrence, so have a little bit of experience fishing something that's got a bunch of current in it. The Detroit River and stuff isn't nearly as fast as what this is, so it's a little bit different situation. Plus the time of year, you know, they usually get into these rivers really good, you know, later in the year once the water start cooling off. So I don't know if there's a whole gob of fish in the river yet, like there would be if it was, you know, fall time. But, you know, obviously you always have residential fish that live in these things, so. I think yesterday I caught 8 all day long. I caught 8 keepers, three pretty decent ones, and or 4 pretty decent ones and 4 little guys. So.
What do you think on a fish, you know, in your mind, what's going to be a good 3 hour set?
I mean, I think if you can catch 5, you know, you're going to have a couple decent ones. I don't think you're going to catch 5 little ones here all day long for sure. 13, 14 pounds, I think, if you catch 5, I would think would be pretty good. Well, my wife's probably working, which I know she's working, so she's not watching. My brother, he'll be working. My sister, she's working. And my mom probably don't know how to operate the computer to get it, so unless somebody showed her, so she probably won't be watching. But I know I got a lot of buddies watching, a lot of fans that sort of keep up with me, and I appreciate all them. You know, when you're on the road all the time and you're, you know, struggling here and there to get text messages and emails and stuff from those kind of people, you know, you guys don't know what that means to us, and I appreciate all that, and hopefully we get you a fish here in a little bit. I know that couple sitting up there on that wall yesterday, they was catching them pretty good. They probably had themselves a pretty nice little dinner last night. You can see this seam so much better today than what you could yesterday. The wind was blowing so hard yesterday. I mean, there was waves and everything in here. You couldn't even tell really what was going on. Get back out and get air in this current a little bit and slide backwards, hopefully. Well, I'll be drop shotting most all day long with a couple different baits. You know, I got a fluke style bait on here right now, and if that doesn't work, I'm gonna switch to a little bitty shad shaped worm. Trying to go big this morning, maybe catch a great big one or 2 is the plan.
Were you able to get in Jacob's rod locker and sabotage his gear last night?
Well, there wasn't no need to sabotage any of Jacob's gear. He's I don't know if you can sabotage this stuff, to be honest with you. He's pretty mentally solid. He rolls with the punches pretty good. So he's not one of them type of guys that you can play a mental thing on.
Koby Kreiger laying it out there for us, what he's doing today, that match between him and Jacob Powroznik. Ongoing right now, as is this match right here, Kevin Van Dam and Drew Benton. Some more details of how this competition's going. These guys are going to be aware of their opponent's score throughout the whole day.
I find it amazing, though, watching Kreiger and Powroznik both drop shotting deeper, and Van Dam and Benton both jerk baiting shallower.
1. The old jerk and twitch. Hang on.
First fish ever in the bracket championship.
How about that? Kevin Van Dam, a step toward the classic. Well, this is the way. This is the weigh-in right now. You're watching, folks. This is the way they're going to weigh him. This is catch, weigh, and release. Judge in the boat right there.
Two, three. Number 1.
He found 3-ounce smallmouth for Kevin Van Dam. He's the leader in his match.
Why waste time? There was a bunch here before, so
a little new. You heard Kevin read out. That's the way that the angler reads out the weight, not the judge. The angler makes the call on the weight right there, so that there's no second guessing.
Gene Gilliland's one of the judges, and he told me
there's another one. Little one.
they're going to write down the weights and then take a photo of that sheet that they're writing down the weights on to make sure
you're not a keeper.
It doesn't blow away or get wet.
Kevin Van Dam on the board against Drew Benton. So fairly soon, Drew Benton will be aware of that score, the situation as it stands, and they're going to be aware of each other all day long, or all morning long.
Will you just let us know if we get too close?
Oh, no, you're fine. Grass.
Well, that is a pain.
Takes a while.
That is
doesn't
a
it?
pain,
Man,
man.
That's interesting.
All that floating grass from the winds that we had yesterday. One thing Drew Benton said after practice, he said he felt he had an area that had a lot of just keeper fish in it, and as tough as it was yesterday, he thought just catching a limit could end up solid today. Where the other side, Van Dam said he had a few areas where multiple wolf packs came up. Not big ones, but multiple wolf packs.
Well, catching a limit in 3 hours, and we've been doing Bassmaster Live for a year and a half now, that's more the exception than the rule. When you look at the way the average guy's day plays out. Of course, now this is a different, every body of water is different, and I think that I get the impression there's better numbers here.
Well, you can look at Van Dam's track record in any match play he's been in. His style of fishing is a law of average as far as how aggressive he is. And this body of water sets up for that law of average to work to his favor.
Sure, yeah. And that's one of the things we'll be learning today. How do you fish a 3-hour day versus an 8-hour day? Kevin Van Dam says, hey, this is like your Tuesday night or your Wednesday night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have to get with our official tournament director, Trip Weldon. What if, I don't know, I hate to do this, Such. What happens if it's 0-0 at the end of
2 days?
Come back
2
tomorrow.
days. What happens?
You come back, 2 days. Yeah.
Fish off. That sun.
Grass. Oh, heads
Doesn't
up.
this?
Okay. So what's that mean? 2 pounds, 3 ounces.
For this format, you want to have a place that you can pull up and make the cast, but here that's kind of out on the scattered flat, there's just isolated little holes that they're
Yeah, I knew those
little clean spots in this grass out here, and I can't see them right now, so I'm just trying to blind cast over it. I got it marked, but I mean, the hole is 6 feet in diameter. Where they were sitting yesterday, there was a whole school of them there. So I'm just trying to hope that I can get my jerkbait to go over them and get one to react. And I don't want to waste a lot of time. I've already spent 20 minutes, or almost 20 minutes, 18 minutes right here. Watching the clock is, and then you got your
Can't make a
guys.
cast without hitting some grass on top.
Jeez. It's not that hard. His mic isn't working? Okay. Well, we can, I can try to get close to him when we're weighing fish so it'll pick up on mine too, his audio.
Heard Van Dam saying he's not able to see the clean spots in the grass with the sun not being up quite well enough where he could see those clear areas. And again, yesterday, it was almost impossible for these guys to really, really bunker in and dissect this river, especially some of the deeper stuff.
You're just joining in with us. This is total match play fishing. This is bracketed competition. 2 matches going on right now. This one, Kevin Van Dam, Drew Benton. Another one, Jacob Powroznik and Koby Kreiger. Scoreless in that one.
Really interested to see later today if Rojas or a Combs decides just to ignore smallmouth and just go large.
What's him doing when they do that?
Flipping, frogging,
Okay.
docking.
Yeah, you think of this river as a big monster, fast-moving conduit between Erie and Ontario. There's boat docks, boats.
Yes.
The boat count, I think you listed it the other day,
Should
Mike.
get
2
bit
tons.
right here.
Or maybe it was Don Barona. How many boat owners live and go out here every day? I guess it was in Don Barone's article.
Grass.
Do you think Barone gets frustrated that Mercer calls Drew Benton DB?
Good question. That's a good one for Such to figure out.
I'm stating the obvious. I'm not trying to
Such
stir.
is on it. He's on it.
Mercer was wanting trash talking early, and I'll throw a little bit out here and there.
Now this is
And
deep.
I like to listen. I like to push Barone's buttons. There's no secret.
This is his place. This is his
this
hometown,
is his
Buffalo,
house,
baby.
bud.
Buffalo, yeah.
Big time Buffalo Bills fan. I still owe him a dinner. Gonna slide back, Julie, up the river. Jacob Powroznik. You feel bad for Powroznik. He's in a
he can't win.
He's in a bad spot, man.
It's true.
I mean, no, a lot of our coworkers say no. He should be given it 110%.
Hard, yeah.
That's a tough spot.
You're going to be a bad guy to somebody, no matter which
There's
way
no
you
doubt
fall on this. Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah.
I think he just took the lead in his bracket.
He may have.
Leave him.
Here we go.
I don't think so.
I guarantee you, Tripp's going to make sure that's cute.
Yep, legal fish.
We're weighing, boys.
No, wait, let me turn this on. Do 0. Hold on. All right, 0. 1 pound even.
You happy now, Bowman? I don't hear no cussing yet. How big? 1 pound, baby. 1 pound? Yeah.
Jacob Powroznik on the board, so we got scores in both our matches right now. Kreiger and Benton are the guys sitting on the 0. Kevin Van Dam with the 2-pound, 3-ounce smallmouth on the board already. The question is asked, is Powroznik just at some point going to go feral, start catching everything in sight, can't stop himself?
More than likely.
Thought he was bigger. God, he hit it like a brick wall. That one, though. They don't quit. Junker. For a little guy.
I won't settle that, boy.
It's a smallmouth. They just don't quit wiggling.
Yeah, 2-4.
Sit loud and proud.
Set on 2-4.
First 30 minutes of fishing, Kevin Van Dam on the board with 2 keepers. Getting close to 5 pounds, moving up toward that general area. Who's responsible for making sure that fish stays in the boat while they're weighing that fish there? could be a free-for-all if one of those things gets loose.
Oh, guaranteed about that.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. So we will do this for 3 hours. Then we'll have an hour
and a half lunch.
timeout.
Well, I think it's a two-hour timeout. Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Excuse me, hour and
Then
a
we'll come
half,
back
my
with our final matches of the day.
Our afternoon matches.
1:15.
1:15 Eastern time is when it cranks up again.
I needed this today, Tommy.
Oh,
I watched
does.
3 hours of that Republican National Convention last
what,
night.
what is wrong with you? What is that? That's just.
I did.
How can
It
you
was
watch?
like it was like watching the WWE.
I can't watch any kind of political convention.
I got hooked on it. I'm not going to.
It's like watching a state fair parade in every
each of
the 50 states. I can't do it.
I got so jacked up I broke a lamp in my room.
I like that.
Folks kind of wonder in depth and areas that Van Dam's jerking. You're going to be looking at about, call it, and I'm guesstimating on this, a lot of this from 5 all the way down to about 15 feet of water. The water clarity here, these fish have a long strike zone to come get that jerk bait here. These are and all of these areas that you're at least seeing Van Dam on this morning, just typical current break ambush points. And like we said, if you're just tuning in, Van Dam did say he saw several areas where there was wolf packing yesterday, so things could happen in a hurry.
But it helps him to see those sand holes in there, and he says he can't do that yet, right?
Absolutely. The clean areas are where these fish will sit and set up in.
Look at the crayfish.
Oh, that's when they will get you right there.
I gotta get him off first. You want to measure him? Or you think he's 12? Oh, yeah. Picanho.
1, 2. Hold on a second. Settle down, baby.
Smallmouth. I've seen it many times before.
1-3.
Yep.
Mark it 1-3.
Well, in this deal here, I know we're going to have, 2.5 pounds or better for at the end. So that's kind of the idea, is to have, 5 nice ones at least. There was a bunch of them up and down this flat yesterday, so I'm not sure if just having the sun holds them better down onto the bottom or what. Of course, the wind was really blowing yesterday too. That always helps. Birds diving.
You feel like he's going to implode on him in any second.
Mm-hmm.
Such, got some of our faithful viewers with us today?
Oh, yeah.
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad's from up on Niagara. Brad Semino has given us a lot of information on where these guys are
Beautiful,
at.
beautiful.
Tipping us off. Called KVD's first fish, said it was a great area.
Does Brad feel that we're going to see a largemouth play in this bracket?
Well, let's see.
Huh?
Well, let's see.
What's
I don't
Brad
know. We haven't
saying?
asked him yet till just then.
Such, I've been reading your stuff here, and I think you're unreasonably obsessed with someone going over Niagara Falls. That's been mentioned like 6 or 7 times in his stuff.
Are you worried about it, Sue?
He is worried about it. Yes, he is too.
Well, Drew Benton actually had a co-angler at Oneida who said they have one call a month of somebody saying, hey, my boat's broke down. Somebody come rescue me. They actually told Benton he had a helicopter rescue recently.
What have we seen so far? Kevin Van Dam's going to make sure this is not a soccer game score here. He's got 3 fish in the live well already. That match, both the matches well underway. Jacob Powroznik on the board as well.
Not laying
Our classic bracket competition continues after this quick break.
Where the stars come out to shine. All right.
The Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket is brought to you by Lowrance, Toyota, Berkeley, Triton Boats, and by GoPro.
29 pounds, 3 ounces!
Edwin Evers here, 2016 Bassmaster Classic champion. In celebration of Lowrance winning the last 5 Bassmaster Classics, we're going to extend the Ultimate Upgrade promo. If you buy an HDS Gen 3 with Structure Scan 3D, we're going to mail you a $300 rebate. 5 Bassmaster Classic champions in a row. That doesn't happen by chance. That happens because these units are the best.
The ultimate predator has evolved again. Now, Yamaha VMAX SHO Performance is prowling the waters in 4 hungry, exciting new models. With their 4 valves per cylinder and double overhead cam fuel-injected design, these advanced 4-stroke predators are taking performance to a whole new level. Vicious, lean, efficient. VMAX SHO. The pack is growing.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
If you love bass fishing, then show your support by joining BASS today. Since 1968, BASS has been serving bass fishing enthusiasts with information and tournament coverage that make you a better angler. When you sign up today, you'll join over 500,000 outdoorsmen who love bass fishing. With your membership, you'll receive every issue of Bassmaster magazine, plus $50 in free gear, including a membership tackle bag, BASS cap, plus more. Call us or log on to Bassmaster.com to join Bass now.
You know, this place is just such a phenomenal fishery. It's one of the greatest places we get to go.
What an awesome fishery. I just can't, say enough about this place, guys. It's really, really good.
New York could easily be a second home to me.
Come on, let me get you. Now you're ready.
Think you could win valuable prizes from Bassmaster? You can't know unless you enter, and entering is easy. Go to Bassmaster.com. Enter now for a chance to win a fishing trip with 2014 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion Randy Howell. Trip includes airfare, hotel, rental car, and $500 cash, plus a Triton 17 TX bass boat with Mercury engine, and Randy's gear from Lowrance, Daiwa, Bass Pro Shops, and much more. You, the winner of a valuable prize, could be. All you have to do to get your shot is go to Bassmaster.com and enter today and every day. Hey, it could be you.
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket, brought to you live by Toyota.
We will see what plays out in these two matches we're watching right now. Kevin Van Dam, Drew Benton, Jacob Powroznik, and Koby Kreiger. Look at that, Van Dam up over 5 pounds now.
We'll kind of jump in with Brad, who's giving us a hand here. Actually talking to Koby. Koby has fished a lot of this river, more closer to Erie. That's a notorious area, dude. And Mercer knows this. That first 2 miles of that river stretch on the Canadian side and out into the lake, I'm talking that's the horse pen.
Okay.
There are big ones caught there, which tells you, look, we're going to see some big ones caught by the end of the day, guaranteed. You want to know somebody I miss?
What? Huh?
Our guy.
Who?
Steve Bowman.
Oh, me too.
Haven't talked to him since Cayuga.
I know. Where's he been? I understand. I know where he is. They just told us in our ear. He's on the water there with Jacob Powroznik right now. Steve Bowman, you've been with him all morning? Give him a phone. That's the next part of the
come on, Bowman.
Part of the formula here. Come on, Steve Bowman.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now. What's going on?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
So what's the deal with Powroznik?
All morning. He's not far from me. Yeah, I've been with Jacob all morning. He's not far from me. He's been taking his time doing it. And he's been taking his time doing it.
This is what we fit.
Are we there?
Are
we there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're here. Keep going. Go.
We can hear you, bud.
Well, one of the things.
The same.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I wanted to say about Jacob is one of the, everybody's talking about him giving up a little bit to his buddy Koby, and basically going to hand him this. But my guess is that he's still fishing hard. I mean, we used to do this little deal in outdoor rider handshake where we'd go to the ICAST and meet a pro. We know how serious they are by shaking their hands, and right before we finish shaking the hand, we'd just give their palm a little jerk, and of course they would jerk back. They're going to jerk. And so when a fish bites, they're going to jerk. And this is what I've seen out of Jacob this morning. He's caught 3 or 4. But only one of them is a keeper. He's not going to not catch he's not going to not catch these fish. And I think that he's not going to roll over and just give this to Koby.
Hey, Bowman, real quick, prod him. Kick him into gear, man. Get him going.
There's got to be some trigger that'll make him go completely crazy.
I have been on his. I've been on him for the whole days that we've been
I've been on him for the whole days that we've been up here. I'm not going to let him lay down. And I don't think that he is, because the last thing that he told Koby last night before we left the meeting was, "I'm sorry, Koby, our plans may have changed because of this guy right here." He pointed to me. Because I've been basically calling him everything from a woman to a slack-jawed panda bear.
I don't know. I like that. I like that. Hey, Bowman, real quick. Let's do and Such. I'm gonna put you on the spot, Bowman. You are in 72nd place, and Tommy is in 3rd place in the Commentator of the Year standings.
Yeah.
Would you expect Tommy to lay up?
Would you expect me to do you a solid?
I wouldn't. I
well, you and I are different.
You know, here's the deal. You just, I would never even dream that.
No, that's okay. Statement. All right.
These are the
Bold.
best guys in the country, and I want to fish against the best.
There you go. There you go. Talk about the current, how fast it is for everyone who's having a hard time visualizing how it feels and trying to figure out how it feels and what you have to do, the part of your job just to keep up with that.
As far as the current on the river?
Yeah. That would.
Yeah, it's flowing about 4 to 5 miles an hour,
okay.
And basically, Powroznik is down, has his trolling motor down, and fishing behind these pilings where there's spoil, and we've been picking up a little hump here or there where the natural current has built some of the things. But we're having to stay with him with our big motor. We've yet to drop our trolling motor. You know, we're just having to stay on a slow idle to be with him. So this river's really kind of ripping. It reminds me a lot of the St. Lawrence. It's just not as big. The water's clear, and it seems to be a little bit deeper where we are here than anything that I saw in the St. Lawrence. But Jacob is basically drifting behind this stuff with a drop shot and waiting for one to jerk, and then he's going to jerk back regardless of what size it is.
Hey, Bowman, real fast on this. One of the comments that we made earlier this morning, Tommy and I got to talk to some of our anglers in the bracket championship where the stars come out to shine.
Yep.
It appeared to me the two anglers that were really, really serious coming into this first day were Kevin Van Dam and Dean Rojas. What did you see last night? Talk about it.
What's up?
Oh my gosh. You know, that's the one thing that we have to, that really we get to showcase here more than anything else, and that's the competitive nature of these guys. The competitive nature just kicks in overdrive for guys, especially like Van Dam and Dean Rojas. I mean, their heads down. I mean, they're ready. They want to be the one that wins the first classic bracket, but they don't want to get beat on any day. And it doesn't matter if Zona and Sanders, if the three of us are out on the water with Van Dam, he's going to be he's so competitive. You know, so and they're here to win, regardless of what's at stake or if nothing's at stake. Yeah, and I think one of the things that I saw there was the anglers were sitting around a table. They were getting explained to the rules by Trip Weldon, and something came up about, well, the other four anglers not on the water could watch the live show on the internet, and it was like you would have thought that somebody had just stomped Kevin Van Dam's baby chicken, because he was pretty mad about the fact that, wait a minute, I'm going to come out here and some other guy's going to be able to go to school on what I'm doing. And so, you know, everybody in the room immediately knew when the whole table was in agreement with Kevin Van Dam that this is about the competition. This is about who's going to win this thing. And, you know, we're not going to give it up that easily. This isn't a fishing show to them. This is definitely a derby.
Bowman, the presence of largemouth, do you think we'll see them?
Well, you know, I'm kind of curious to know that myself, Mark.
Thanks, Steve.
You know better than anybody, but the Niagara used to be a largemouth river, and then when the gobies came, the smallmouth really started coming on. But this is where you went to catch largemouth years ago, and the prevailing thought is that you can't win on largemouth, but we do know that the largemouth do live here, and you know, I think they'll be a part sometime in the next few days.
All right.
See a largemouth or two.
Steve, stay on top of this thing with Jacob Powroznik here, and we'll check back in with you after a while.
He needs to taser Powroznik.
He needs to taser him?
Absolutely.
I think I'm with you. I think Powroznik will just kick in naturally. The natural juices will take over there after a while. Let's take it on up to our leader in match number 1, Kevin Van Dam versus Drew Benton.
Has it been the Kevin Van Dam morning so far?
It has been a Kevin Van Dam sort of morning.
He's thrown a jerkbait, and
A jerkbait.
He's got another one on the deck, too.
Catching smallmouth.
Beautiful day compared to yesterday. Guys were dealing with 20 to 30 mile per hour winds.
There we go.
See Van Dam hooked up right there, Drew Benton on
big.
0. And I want you to also watch the difference of the cadence in which these guys are jerkbaiting.
Okay.
Watch Van Dam, watch Drew Benton jerkbaiting.
Hooks are good.
Gonna weigh this one.
Measure him. He's as I go 50 yards downstream. Just call something. I'm calling him anyways.
Just call something. We're gonna call it. That is so great.
Of course, all our culling is virtual. We're just moving some figures around on a paper, but it's a cull just like in a regular tournament. Catch one that's bigger than your smallest fish. That's the one that goes in.
They weren't little yesterday.
Best line of the day. Just call a weight. I'm gonna cull him anyway.
Is a difference. There is a difference. Here we go.
See Drew Benton hooked up right here.
Nope.
Loses him. Much softer cadence for Drew Benton on his jerkbait. Van Dam, as always, kind of looks like he's completely out of control when he's jerkbaiting. Jerks with a 7-foot medium heavy rod, 12-pound line.
Saw that in action at Cayuga Lake, the last regular season event.
Van Dam winning at Cayuga. A little nugget for you, Such. You heard about Van Dam consistently saying that he was around the winning fish at Cayuga.
He'll be in good shape for everything that bit we get in the boat.
Here, Drew Benton talking about he's lost a few this morning. I believe it was Jason Christie at ICAST said you could not fathom how many 3 to 4.5 pound bass were in the area that Van Dam was fishing. I think it was Christie. Hundreds of big ones swimming. Getting them to bite was another problem, but just a lot of big ones cruising. Did it surprise you he won Cayuga?
Cayuga, no.
Did not surprise you?
No, not at all.
Did a little bit.
Why was that surprising?
Oh,
More than bass?
It was not, to me, it was not a great surprise that he won Toledo Bend, but, you know, it was kind of a sight fishing, post-spawny, Elton Jones style soft plastic tournament, you know what I'm saying? A Powroznik tournament.
Yeah. Although, you know, I mean, people, you multiple times said many people say this is a very similar to Guntersville, very similar to a Tennessee River kind of situation. where you'd expect Kevin Van Dam to do well. Jordan Lee, see him this afternoon in action. Going up against Dean Rojas.
Boy, Dean's ready.
Oh, is he really?
Hey, I'm telling you. Well, he was game time last night.
He can get wound up. Now, Such?
Yeah.
And Bowman alluded to this as well. Dean Rojas, Jordan Lee, none of these guys can legally be watching.
No, they voted last night on it.
At this time, right?
Talk about that, friend.
They voted last night on if they could be able to watch live.
Right.
And just heard talk about KVD, nixing that. Bowman was.
So that was KVD that spearheaded that thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Everybody else followed in agreement.
Jumping in right in my place after lunch and trying to win their match, right?
I agree with that.
It's serious.
Well, then they got to fish again Thursday and Friday. So
this is not a big place we're talking. Again, we're dealing with 18 miles of a river that's not that huge.
I think this is what Benton said he feared, getting behind KVD like
really?
This. Yeah, not
3 hours, that's a legitimate fear.
There we go.
Coming to you live here.
A little better.
Kevin Van Dam.
How many we got now?
This will be your fifth one here. Or this is sixth fish.
Yeah.
How many fish does he have?
He's got
that's number
5 in the live.
That's number 5. Drew Benton's got his hands full today. Yeah.
He always did. He always did.
Yeah.
2-2.
Give me a total when you.
That was your fifth fish.
That was my fifth? Okay, so I know where I'm at.
That train's rolling.
That
train is rolling real hard. We're barely an hour into this thing, and Kevin Van Dam with the limit. Dave Mercer joins us right now. Great job this morning, Dave, getting these guys sort of riled up, fired up. A little bit of trash talking for the matches, and it's great to have you out there working this thing hard. What are you doing right now?
Hey, working. I'll tell you about working. If you look behind me right now, it looks like we're going about 70 miles an hour. But we are actually positioned right under the Peace Bridge, which is right at the mouth of the Niagara River. And to give you an idea of the kind of current we're dealing with, you know, I've got my foot down, as you can see on this pedal, and you see over there that current that is just wailing through there. Current runs through here at 8-9 miles an hour. 150,000 gallons of water per second goes over Niagara Falls, which is down the end of this river, about 15 to 20 miles from here. But current is going to be a major player, and it's very rare in the Elite Series that we're dealing with the kind of current that you see here. That current is absolutely whipping. And just to give you an idea of how quick that current's going, guys, I'm going to take my foot off the pedal here, and we're just going to see how quick we start drifting down this river. We are currently drifting right now at about 8.5 to 9 miles an hour. It is unbelievable the amount of water that moves through this system, but that water is the key in this tournament. Current is going to be what these guys are fishing, whether it's current seams, whether it's current breaks. Current is going to be key for these guys here this week.
Hey, Dave, real quick, we've Tommy Sanders, Such, we've watched facts of fishing shows where I don't like to use this term, that you've resorted to the Niagara River because you've been blown off of Lake Erie. Talk about the difference on the American side where these guys are fishing to the difference of the fishing more on the Canadian side and how that differs.
Well, what it's done to the tournament, in my opinion, the limited water that they're fishing on the American side, and it's not the whole American side, it's just one restricted area. But what it's done is it's made this much more of a smallmouth tournament. If it was the entire river, I think you'd see largemouth play a lot more. And I do think we're going to see some largemouth today. But what it's going to be is it's going to be less traditional largemouth. Moving baits are going to be key in this tournament. The guys throwing jerk baits, guys throwing spinner baits, and sneaky little rig around here. If a guy starts throwing a fluke around, things could get crazy. But I think most of the largemouth that we're going to see in this tournament are going to be those kind of largemouth, river largemouth, not so much traditional, largemouth fishing, which we probably could have seen if the entire lake or the entire river was open. But you made a great point, Zona. This river does not get near the pressure that you would think it would get, just because, it's like a theme park right beside Disneyland. Disneyland is out there, and whenever the lake is open and you're allowed to fish the lake, it's very, very difficult to compete here on the river. And most people just fish the river as kind of a blow-off deal. If it's too rough out in the lake, they come fish the river. So these fish do not get a ton of pressure, and especially in the stretch that these guys are fishing. And I gotta believe that stretch also is a bit of a good turn of luck. We had a lot of wind yesterday, and this river generally doesn't stay real muddy this time of year, but it was a little bit muddier than usual yesterday. But the good thing is, on that U.S. side, it generally stays a little bit clearer and is also the first area to clear out.
Dave, we're getting a really good look of how far you're drifting away with that current.
Half a mile away already.
Exactly, it was all of that. The other side is, our summer is running a lot later right now. A lot of fish really got done spawning here in the last 30 days, 40 days. Do you foresee anybody being able to exploit the little bit deeper, usual drop shotting and slipping the current in 18 to 28 feet of water here, or do you think it's just too early for that to play?
That will play. The problem that these guys are going to be facing, and you're going to see it a lot, and a little later I'll give you an example of it, is, and Zona, you're very familiar with it, what you get in this river this time of year is basically that slime weed, that nasty weed that every angler knows you can't even fish a bait in. So bottom bouncing baits become a lot more difficult. It's going to be almost impossible to fish a tube jig, but a drop shot is an equivalent to that. A drop shot gets you through it, but you're not going to get an awful lot of time down there, just because this entire bottom of this river is fully covered with that slime right now. But I think we can see it. The negative about that is, with the limited amount of time that guys have to fish in their day, I don't know if guys are going to have an opportunity to really explore that kind of thing. The quick, easy bite is just too easy to get here on a jerkbait or a fast-moving bait.
Dave, fantastic stuff. Crank your motor back up before you head on out to sea there. Appreciate it. Dave Mercer out there, be with us all day.
He's a wizard.
All day long. He's a wizard. He is an absolute
wizard. The boy
wizard
does know that end of Erie, my friend.
Oh, man. He's the man. He's a homer right there. Let's take a look at what's been going on while we've been talking to Dave. Up at the bridge, Jacob Powroznik. Powroznik, you see, with the 1 pound in the boat, caught a small keeper. Pretty early on. We're about a third through our fishing period already. And Jacob Powroznik's going up against Koby Kreiger, who's notable in that he's the only one of our 8 anglers here who is legitimately way out of the Classic and absolutely has to have this win right here in order to make it to the 2017 Geico Bassmaster
What's weird
Classic.
is you watched him set the hook right there, and he's kind of like Oh boy.
Here we go. Keeper 2.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Legal fish. Scale 0. £2 pounds, 6 ounces. 2.6.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
I ain't never pretty, ain't they?
Pretty.
They're just awesome. See, that's where an eel, that's where one of them eels was attached to him at one time. They have up here, but he got rid of it.
I guess not a dynamic we thought we'd see it in this matchup now.
No, we were expecting it to be the other way around.
Exactly.
Score-wise right now. Now, Koby Kreiger, you know this. He's aware of what's going on score-wise out there. So he may come over here and
get some
pay a visit.
Get some of that hot apple pie.
Yeah, he might have to do some of that. Speaking of which,
slide right back up the river. Koby Kreiger, a lot closer to the mouth and our off limits heading out into Lake Erie, really on the line right there. Koby Kreiger sitting on 0 so far, almost 3.5 pounds behind Jacob Powroznik. And somebody better catch one on a tube today, Tommy.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
All right. I mean, that's,
kind of looks like where Van Dam was about an hour ago.
It's like going up there and not eating a chicken.
There we go. Maybe a 12-incher. Maybe. Definitely 12 inches. We'll take it.
Here.
13. Monster.
Yep, good. Hang on. Go ahead. Not open that clip.
I believe that's our opens
Good
tournament
Lord,
director, Chris.
his mouth is
too small.
Should
go on.
Having a time,
yeah, well, when it doesn't go in there by a lot.
1, 2. Pretty sure it's 1, 2, but 1, 2. That's interesting.
Hold it up.
Van Dam would have said, just wham, I'll call him in a minute.
He said, don't drop it. Okay, Kreiger on the board, 1 pound and 2 ounces, so we got that match cranked up a little bit. Drew Benton, the only one who's not on the board right now. I wanted to ask Mercer this. I wanted to say, hey, if you're Drew Benton, 1/3 of your time is gone already. What would you do to try to catch up to Kevin Van Dam? Something to ponder. Maybe we can visit that when we come back.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
There's $1 billion.
Kevin Van Dam on a rampage relative to the rest of the field this morning. Maybe I think her confidently.
Kind of something that we expected to see this morning.
Yeah, more than
Van Dam
expected.
had that little bit of that tone yesterday before the Anglers dinner.
You don't think he doesn't want this thing right here? He doesn't need it to get to the Classic, but boy, he's going to do what he can to beat everyone right here. We'll be right back. Take a break.
Bassmaster.
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket. Brought to you live by Toyota.
Days, it's funny. I wake up in the morning and nothing else matters except where and when my first bite of the day is going to come. We have so much going on in a tournament, getting gear ready, in and out of the truck and the boat, prep and tackle, all that kind of stuff. And probably one of the most favorite pieces of gear or equipment that I've got is my ARE Z Series cap, ARE's premier model, and it's easy to see why.
that one right there.
He's fished here for decades. He knows every hump, every drop-off, every contour. He's dedicated his entire life to understanding this single body of water, and he didn't know squat about it until 2 hours ago. AutoChart Live lets you build your own high-definition maps anywhere in the world in real time. Only from Humminbird.
If you love bass fishing, then show your support by joining BASS today. Since 1968, BASS has been serving bass fishing enthusiasts with information and tournament coverage that make you a better angler. When you sign up today, you'll join over 500,000 outdoorsmen who love bass fishing.
Hey, baby.
With your membership, you'll receive every issue of Bassmaster magazine, plus $50 in free gear, including a membership tackle bag, BASS cap, plus more. Call us or log on to Bassmaster.com to join Bass now.
Come on now.
Look at that one right there.
Think you could win valuable prizes from Bassmaster? You can't know unless you enter, and entering is easy. Go to Bassmaster.com. Enter now for a chance to win a fishing trip with 2014 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion Randy Howe. Trip includes airfare, hotel, rental car, and $500 cash, plus a Triton 17 TX bass boat with Mercury engine, and Randy's gear from Lowrance, Daiwa, Bass Pro Shops, and much more. You, the winner of a valuable prize, could be. All you have to do to get your shot is go to Bassmaster.com and enter today and every day. Hey, it could be you.
30, 29, 28, tick, tock. 25 years old, and you're still playing in the mud. 15 feet in the air, that's where you feel most alive. 10 meter maids waiting to wallpaper your truck. Better get out of town. 5, 4, 3. The all-new Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket, brought to you live by Toyota.
15 pounds and 12 ounces. 12 pounds, 10 ounces. KVD gets it done. Kevin Van Dam. The Busch Beer Bassmaster Elite belongs to Kevin Van Dam. 2016, KVD doubles down with his second win of the season.
The best part of that is watching Mercer alone.
Yeah, one-man beer shampoo.
One-man beer shower.
Okay, ask
and
yourself.
Did not look like the first time he's ever done
that.
No.
That looked real familiar. Hey, ask yourself at home, were you one of those who said Kevin Van Dam's done, he'll never win another one again, and he comes back? This season, wins at Toledo Bend and wins at Cayuga to be the #1 qualifier here. This was Kevin Van Dam earlier today.
Really getting to work right off the bat. Catching a limit of smallmouth early. Not big ones, but you also heard Van Dam say, man, when that sun gets up and I can see my targets, when I can see my clean spots on these flats, that's when I can go to work. The other side of that is, something else Van Dam said was, if I get around that 12 to 13 pound mark, I would have done what I needed today.
He's going up against Drew Benton, the #8 qualifier. #1 ranked rookie of the year points-wise.
Again, these guys catching their best 5 fish per round.
That means he and Drew Benton will finish their match tomorrow afternoon. So Drew Benton may not catch a fish today. He'll be back tomorrow. We expect him to catch a fish, though.
1-0. 1 pound, 0 ounce.
There we go.
Van Dam, the first 1/3 of his fishing time here, the first hour. By that time, he had raised a limit out of the Niagara River. It was actually culling. There we go. That's the way we're doing it in this unique event. First time ever classic bracket competition. 8 anglers here. We got 4 matches going today. Two of them are happening right now this morning. You see Kevin Van Dam, Drew Benton, Jacob Powroznik, Koby Kreiger. This afternoon, Brett Hite, Keith Combs, that'll be a good one, as well as Jordan Lee and Dean Rojas. We have that to look forward. 3 hours of that coming your way after the lunch break.
I'm telling you, the serious tone that Rojas had yesterday, he is meditating in the dark right now.
I can't wait to see what he does. Comes out swinging this morning. Powroznik and Kreiger, that's a match we're watching very much. These two roommates. Koby Kreiger on your right here is down in 74th place in Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year points, meaning he has slim and none as his two chances of qualifying points-wise for the 2017 Geico Bassmaster Classic. He has to have a win here. He's got to get through all the brackets and win this thing if he wants to get to the Classic.
Now, I'm going to try to light a fire under Powroznik. You do know, and we've been there together, the anchor bar suit is where the buffalo wing was originated. Or at least that's the rumor on the street, right?
Yeah, anchor bar.
I'm going to throw the winner of this match, I'm going to throw him a $50 gift certificate of the anchor bar. You tell Powroznik that, things might start popping.
It's a whole lot stronger.
I have eaten a wing with that kid.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
bet you didn't stop at one.
Hey, Jacob.
To think about that. $50 for anybody who wins the tournament. I mean, is that like day 4?
No, it's just his bracket today.
Yeah, wins the match zone. Come on.
Tommy, kick another 50. Get this kid fishing.
We'll go.
Get him fishing.
I want him to go to that other place in Buffalo where we went.
This
Had the Superbo wings. I can't remember the name of that place.
What was the name of that?
It was like an old fern bar. Old fern bar in a residential apartment neighborhood.
Gosh,
that was
that
fantastic. That was like a trip to heaven.
Yeah, somebody looked at us and said, don't
Don't go to the anchor bar.
You need to go to this place.
Yeah, waiter in town told us, said that's the, and it was.
Maybe DB will fill us in what the name of that place was. Not Drew Benton, the real DB.
Maybe Drew Benton will.
You have 3 pounds 6 ounces. Koby has 1 pound 2 ounces. No changes between Kevin and Drew Benton.
Well, I like seeing Tripp there. It's like having a mini Roger Goodell in the mix.
I didn't really see it that way.
I will impose.
Come on.
Blog reports that Drew Benton has said, I'm in scramble mode.
That's not good. That's not good.
That's what I wanted to ask Mercer. Say, if you're Drew Benton right now, you're down 0 to a limit, and you got an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes left to go. What do you do?
Start talking to yourself mentally.
Yeah, start whipping yourself into a fury.
Now, hold on, Suits. Here's the other side of this, gang. Now, hold on. Drew Benton made a comment. Look, I've got nothing to lose here, okay? This is, in all honesty, imagine if this was down on Seminole.
Sure.
Right? Mm-hmm. You kind of.
His home life.
You know, this isn't, it's not Van Dam's backyard, but the style of fishing is Van Dam's backyard. I know what that music means right there, Tommy.
It's going to make a move, major move. Might as well just check on our man Drew Benton. We're starting to worry about him here. He didn't put a fish in the box. 0.0 is not what you want at this stage of the game.
A lot of boats on the river. Is there a wildcat going on here on Tuesday we don't know about?
Fruit jar event.
Well,
this morning we tried to start on a place I thought I could catch a limit on, and we went out boat 2 and boat 1 started on it. Kevin started on them, so I come up here where I had some bites, a couple bites in practice, and that didn't really pan out, so now we're just kind of in scramble mode, just hitting current breaks, any kind of eddy I see, we're just going to fish it and fish our way back to the ramp and probably hit that place that I couldn't start on this morning.
Benton started his year off great down in Florida, where he might be expected to do well. He's a Florida-Bama line type guy. Lake Seminole, as you mentioned, Mark Zona did very well. 4th place on the St. Johns River, but unless you think he's one-dimensional, he's obviously did well on Cayuga Lake in New York State to get here, finishing 8th place.
I've actually had a couple bites, I just couldn't put them in the boat.
Koby Kreiger, you see there on the left. On the board, just barely.
Got him.
Kreiger locked
Big
up.
Oh, God! Had him.
How big was he, 2.5?
Yeah, gosh. Got another one.
All right.
This was a smallie I saw right here. That largemouth though was really helped.
You need me to move.
Nope, you're good. Coming over the side. Gosh, dang it, folks. Look at that largemouth was a dandy.
We don't have to measure that one, Koby.
First tube fish of the tournament.
Zero.
Okay.
There you go.
Kind of makes me happy. I'm not going to lie.
A little relieved, I know.
He keeps getting smaller, don't he?
Yeah, I mean, you can see it's going. I think it's going to settle around 2, but it seems to be just honing in. Yeah, try to. There we go.
Come on, fish. 13. Hey. Come on now, sucker.
Whew. Go on. I gotta say 114.
Okay, I'll take it.
6 ounces behind Powroznik, and here's something we didn't think of. You got to be an active participant in the weighing of these fish. You can drift a quarter mile getting a fish in the box here.
I heard Koby make the comment that he actually visually looked at the largemouth that he lost.
Mm-hmm.
It was at least 2.5 pounder.
obvious spot that Van Dam fished earlier this morning?
Yes, sir. And I don't think it was that one that I caught. It may have been, but
perfect weather. 73 degrees, 58% humidity. I wish we were there.
saw another one right there, I think, maybe. No. How do you lose largemouth? Come on.
Koby's fished one classic, that was back in 2003. Came out here a couple of years ago with the Bassmaster Elite Series, many years in the FLW
I'd like to
Tour.
see another one swimming. The sun come. Don't look like we're gonna be seeing much anything. The sun has gone beneath the clouds. Come on.
Again, if you're just picking up with us, this is a 3-hour match. We're about halfway through it. 2 matches going on right now. These two, Koby Kreiger on the left, Powroznik on the right, Kevin Van Dam, Drew Benton. The other match going on this morning.
I think it's been interesting to watch how each of these guys have attacked this part of the river, where really this morning you saw one bracket fishing the same way, Van Dam and Benton both jerk baiting, both of these guys just fishing current seams and current breaks. I think what's going to be interesting is to see how our other brackets attack it later on today.
Can a person do well up shallow here? I guess we may find out.
Listening to Mercer, I say yes.
Okay.
Obviously, they like to swim right around here. 3 bites I had in a little 30-foot circle, basically. Stupid largemouth got off. Crazy. Sure wish the sun would
All right,
stay
Koby
out.
Koby Kreiger, Jacob. I have to apologize to Koby Kreiger. I said he was 74th Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Say 72nd.
Okay.
Actually, my research department broke down. Well, that's me. And Koby Kreiger having to win this thing. Got to get all the way through this match, the semifinals, and win the final in order to make it to the 2017
Hey,
Geico
the other side
Bassmaster
is
Classic.
Powroznik is not completely laid up. I don't know that he's got her drop the clutch down into fifth gear, but he is setting the hook.
Will he have to chain himself to a tree on the bank for the final
Would
round?
you imagine how he feels inside, just wanting to turn it loose?
No, he can't win. Either way, he's going to make some people mad. But it's fun to watch, no doubt about that. We got plenty more on the way. Halfway through these 2 matches, these morning matches, our classic bracket on the Niagara River, Buffalo, New York, and Kevin Van Dam, a good limit in the boat already. 8 pounds and 12 ounces. Drew Benton sitting on 0. He's got to get something kicked in. He's only got an hour and a half to do it. I'm going to take a quick break and be right back.
Bassmaster Live.
Thank you.
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket. Brought to you live by Toyota.
The competition is fierce and the prizes are huge. The only thing missing is you. Fantasy Fishing presented by Toyota. Sign up for free and face fans from across the nation. Grand prize winner receives a Triton Yamaha package including a Triton 189 TRX. MSRP of $37,293. The classic and each individual elite event winner will receive $2,500 Bass Pro Shops gift cards, with the runner-up receiving a GoPro Hero 4 black camera. Sign up and pick your team today at BassmasterFantasy.com.
29 pounds, 3 ounces!
Edwin Evers here, 2016 Bassmaster Classic champion. In celebration of Lowrance winning the last 5 Bassmaster Classics, we're going to extend the ultimate upgrade promo. If you buy an HDS Gen 3 with Structure Scan 3D, we're going to mail you a $300 rebate. 5 Bassmaster Classic champions in a row. That doesn't happen by chance. That happens because these units are the best.
The ultimate predator has evolved again. Now, Yamaha VMAX SHO Performance is prowling the waters in 4 hungry, exciting new models. With their 4 valves per cylinder and double overhead cam fuel-injected design, these advanced 4-stroke predators are taking performance to a whole new level. Vicious, lean, efficient. VMAX SHO. The pack is growing.
You know, this place is just such a phenomenal fishery. It's one of the greatest places we get to go.
What an awesome fishery. I just can't, say enough about this place, guys. It's really, really good.
New York could easily be a second home to me.
Come on, let me get you. Now you're ready.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
If you love bass fishing, then show your support by joining BASS today. Since 1968, BASS has been serving bass fishing enthusiasts with information and tournament coverage that make you a better angler. When you sign up today, you'll join over 500,000 outdoorsmen who love bass fishing. With your membership, you'll receive every issue of Bassmaster magazine, plus $50 in free gear, including a membership tackle bag, BASS cap, plus more. Call us or log on to Bassmaster.com to join Bass now.
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket, brought to you live by Toyota.
Got to tell you, 3 hours goes by pretty fast. That's the length of a match, or at least a day's worth, a half match in this first round competition. Our top four, as we've lost our visuals out here, but that's okay. We don't need it. We're just listening to the radio. We have no signal, but that's okay. We know what's going on out there. Kevin Van Dam and Drew Benton. Van Dam with a limit, Benton with 0, as far as we can tell.
I will say, coming in today, I didn't
There we
think,
go, we got it back.
I did not think just catching a limit would be as critical as it's proven to been so far.
1 out of the 4 has done it so far, and we've only got an hour and a half left to fish here. There's Kevin Van Dam.
Let's tell Van Dam that we're giving $100 to the gift certificate to the Anchor Bar for whoever wins their bracket today. Just for today.
Yeah, okay.
Might see a little extra.
Yeah.
Little pep in the step, if you know what
He's pretty much wound up.
That boy right there.
He is on.
Boy will crush a chicken wing.
That's who we went to that place we were talking about with.
Exactly right.
Holy cow, you're right. We got done and there was a pile of bones that looked like Abe Lincoln's log cabin. Kevin Van Dam again, 2 wins already. There's 9 regular season events on the Bassmaster Elite Series. He's won 2 of them against the best in the world. Had to close out Chris Lane.
And this counts as a win. If you win,
this goes in your win. Absolutely, it does. Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is an official Bassmaster event.
Van Dam going with the current.
Again, he will not close out Drew Benton today. This match is continued tomorrow afternoon. We flip-flop the
They'll fish in the afternoon tomorrow.
They will fish in the afternoon tomorrow. In the morning, it'll be Rojas and Jordan Lee, Combs and Brett Height. Lots of boat docks, way more than I had imagined on the Niagara River.
Yeah.
These people are into it up here. Buffalo, New York, great town. Always loved visiting there, and never spent the time on the Niagara River. Interesting. More fish than you thought would be caught at this point, or less?
I go less.
Less?
Yes.
All
and you
right.
could see, you know what, we've got Dave Mercer with us, something Mercer brought up earlier, that it's kind of something that you get plagued by in the St. Lawrence River, the Detroit River, and here. Just kind of talk about that floating grass and how frustrating that is, Dave.
Oh, it is the vein of your existence when you're out here. And to give you an idea of what we're talking about, this is what we're talking about right here. And this stuff, as you can see, very healthy. I mean, it's not dead, dying weed or anything like that. But the whole deal with this, with that 7 to 9 mile an hour current that rolls through here, this stuff gets moving. And yesterday, with the wind that was out in the lake blasting, we're going to see a lot more of this. And it, I mean, really, you talk to local anglers around here and you ask me, what do you do when you fish in this kind of weed? Because what you have to remember is
take a bite of it, Dave. Take
don't
a bite,
think
take
about
a big
this
bite
like
of
when
it.
your bait gets on the bottom. You're gonna
take a big bite of it.
I mean,
Eat it.
why
Eat
not?
it. Eat it.
Swallow it.
Eat it. Swallow it. Swallow it.
It's gone.
It's amazing
It's
how
gone.
quick
But
he'll
let
do
me
it.
get
I
back
know
to
it.
serious topics now. I was starved out here. But the whole deal with this stuff is not that you're not picking it up off the bottom. It's floating the whole time. So no matter what bait you're throwing, this stuff is going to end up on your line. And there really is no way to deal with it other than just chucking and picking it off and chucking again. And that's one of the reasons that a drop shot is a lot more key here this time of year. That's one of the reasons that a tube jig bite dies off this time of year. You'll get guys throwing a tube in here early in the year and late in the year, but not near as much this time of year just because of this nasty, nasty stuff right here.
Dave, let me take advantage of your many hours on the water on the Niagara River. Let's talk about one of our matches going on right now. Kevin Van Dam with 8 pounds and 12 ounces ahead of Drew Benton sitting on 0. If you're Drew Benton and you got less than half your time left, an hour and change, what do you do? What would you do to try to catch up?
I would hit every single current break that is, around me, and I would start fishing fast with a jerkbait. The whole deal with a jerkbait on this body of water, and the whole deal with this area, is you can catch fish very, very quickly. The one thing that I'm really interested to see is how much guys turn around on the fish here this week. Very rarely do you pull up to one of those current breaks and just catch one. If you catch one, there is more in that area. So if I'm Drew Benton and my clock is ticking, I'm hitting all of those current breaks with a jerkbait. But one of the things that I noticed in the footage, I just saw a little bit of it moments ago, Drew Benton not throwing that jerkbait very aggressively. And, hey, I didn't qualify to be here, so I'm not talking against him, but this is one of those areas that you really want to slackline that jerkbait. These fish, they're not that smart. When you get near them, they munch. So cover them water, slacklining that jerkbait, fishing it very, very quickly, and getting behind all those current breaks as quick as you can because the clock is ticking.
Well, what's amazing is Van Dam must be listening to you because that's all he's done all day long.
That should be a lesson to everyone. Except now, tell us some more of the background.
Where do you think I learned it?
Talk about one thing these guys are not able to learn is when you're not fishing in your match. When you're sitting on the bank waiting for the afternoon's matches to come along, you can't watch this. You are now forbidden to watch this broadcast, this Bassmaster Live. What do you think of that?
I think that's definitely the right call. It's so funny because last night I had the very unique and rare opportunity to actually stay at home the night before a tournament and just drove down this morning. Last night I was laying in bed about to fall asleep and I thought, oh, wait a second. We got guys that are going to look at Bassmaster Live. I found out this morning that it was a hot topic at the meeting. And Kevin Van Dam made a great point. He said, hey, if they're going to be able to watch it, I'm not going to be talking very much, and our guys aren't going to give a very good coverage of this tournament just simply because they're going to be trying to keep things secret because they know those guys are watching, but they are not allowed to watch, so they're kind of sequestered, and I'm not going to lie. I got a text from B. Height moments ago because those guys don't have anything to do. He's bored out of his mind, and I guess he figured I'd be doing the exact same.
Give us your vibe of the tone of our later matches today.
How so, Z?
Oh, just, What's been interesting is we know that, you know, we've got one kind of a layup match going on right here. Van Dam's going 900 miles an hour. What's your vibe going into what we might see later today?
I don't think there's going to be any laying up this afternoon. I mean, Dean Rojas told me straight up, I want to win that tournament. It's a W in my resume, and I want to get it. B. Height said the exact same thing. He said, you know, I kind of said to him, that's a long way to come up here for this tournament. And he said, hey, man, I want to win it. I want to win it. So, and you know Combs, anytime there's Combs. And I got to believe Jordan Lee's got a little bit of a burn inside of him after the last event. So I don't think there'll be any laying up. And it was funny, when I interviewed Powroznik this morning, I kind of thought, you know, are we going to talk about this? Are we not going to talk about this? Because he has really had a hard time making the decision on what to do. The final words in his interview, I think, said it all. I mean, he turned to me, the interview's done, and he said, I'm just going to tell you, Koby's advancing. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I don't think we'll see any laying up here this afternoon. The one thing that I find really neat is just the pressure cooker of the shortened day, just the 3 hours. I mean, it's so tough to adjust. You get behind. At one time, we were an hour into this competition, and I looked and I turned to cameraman Kerry and I said, man, they better figure them out real quick because they're running out of time, and it's only in the first hour. It's just that quick on these first 2 days of competition.
Yeah, we've noticed that as well. Dave, thank you so much. Good stuff. We're relying on you so much throughout the course of this day. Dave has spent so many hours on the Niagara River. We're going to go visit right now Jacob Powroznik, and we were just talking about, is he laying up, is he not laying up? That's, you know, yet to be established yet. He's still ahead in his match.
Has not moved all day.
No, same place.
All day long.
I mean, really? There you go, Koby. That's your one thing.
Looked like a good one.
You did. Small mouth.
Was that in your way?
That was for Kreiger. You know, I mean, a lead event? Really?
Again, these are not marshals in the boat. These are Bassmaster officials.
Huh?
They're the ones who record the official weight of every fish caught.
I mean, I've seen him coming.
Oh, I could throttle him. God.
£3 even. Your opponent, Jacob Powroznik, at 2 fish, 3 pounds, 6 ounces. 6 ounces separated the two of you.
Oh, Lordy. I got one.
Oh, yeah.
Largemouth.
We'll wait till after.
I'm going to swing him, boys, so just be ready. Here he goes.
Nice one.
Thank you, Lord.
Let me zero this for a second. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Good.
Come on, baby, break 2 pounds.
2.5.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Lord.
This is the weirdest match ever.
So strange.
Serious.
And 5.5 is official right there. That's his weight. Now taking over the lead for Powroznik.
Right after the update.
Dude, that'll give me a half hour of Powroznik taking it easy because he'd already got the update that he was beating me.
What in the world?
Gonna add.
Boys, got another one. Got another one. Oh yeah, baby. A little largy. Bingo.
Oh, man.
Good thing we can't win. I'm gonna rinse him off. Just didn't want to get all
You're zeroed. You're ready to go.
Ready to watch his tail on the carpet.
Yeah. 2-1. 2-1.
Again, basically the same area Van Dam
I mean,
started
folks,
off
you
early.
can fish all morning long and don't get a biting, and in 3 minutes, sort of look like you know what you're doing.
1 minute apart.
Trust me, I still don't know what I'm doing. Zona, I'm not a real big wing man, so we might have to go $50 for something else. Garden salad, maybe.
What?
Oh, grass. Garden salad, chicken breast.
Listen to me.
It ain't over yet, though.
I'll be very clear. I am not buying anybody a garden salad or a skinless
Well, see,
chicken
that's
breast.
a funny
Okay?
thing. Most people probably don't know about me. I don't drink. So
He doesn't eat
Skin
chicken
on
wings.
we'll
That's
take
not
fries out
That's not
and spend
human.
$50 on the Budweiser. He'd like that. Man, they must just be swimming up and down this wall. There's 2 on that end, 2 on this, 3 on that end actually, 2 on this end. So you know they're swimming around. Is that 4 fish that I've caught?
4. You're up to 7.6. 7 pounds 6 ounces.
Powroznik with 3, I'm being told to update you with.
Come on. Come on, prize.
Yeah, it hasn't come through Bass Track yet. Probably update in the next minute or 2.
Tell you what, strange as it may seem, we are seeing and hearing it all. This
Yeah.
is like the best coverage we've had picture-wise in any Bassmaster live event. It's really a pleasure to watch all this.
Yeah, it's 3-6. So we're tied?
Yeah, so 7-6.
Kreiger has 7-6. Seven, 6. Let's hear it, Bowman. Boring. Huh?
Such, what time do they fish till?
11:30 Eastern.
11:30 Eastern. Thank you.
Hour and 9 minutes left to go.
Thought he had caught another one.
Really? He just did that?
I got 3-6. Okay.
That was a 2 pounder.
Okay.
That was like a 3.5. It was 3.5. It was a good one. I didn't think it was that big, and then I looked and he started coming. Kreiger. I just kind of. I didn't know he had 7. If I'd have known he had 7.6, I'd have caught.
Right.
I'm gonna try that pile on there one more time, then I'm gonna go up there to that power plant.
I'm a loser.
You know, did you hear about what happened to Hackney? Yeah. I was like, are you kidding me? So I told him to go get his, I told him rent a car, come to my house, I'll take him to the airport, then I'll go get his mess for him. So I called him. Told him I was gonna get a couple jigs out of his truck. He said, shoot, you can have anything in there. He said, just don't drink my Tito's. And he said, just don't drink my vodka.
Like you said, Tommy, we are hearing everything.
Yep.
Somewhere Hackney's watching this going.
Why can't
Hackney's going, I mean, really?
Yeah.
I mean, really?
Why can't my screen go black now?
What Powroznik's talking about is actually, I hate to do this, but I'll kind of fill the blanks right there. But after Hackney's disqualification from Cayuga, he left there and had the next morning
meltdown.
He had truck problems.
Yeah.
And had to
Must have been the
stay in
storm,
Virginia
too.
for like 3 or 4 days.
During a hurricane.
How brutal is that?
Thank God Drew Benton turned right.
Yeah, this is one stop Drew Benton was going to make on his way back down. And boy, he's still getting skunked here.
I have a vibe you will see if Koby. I shouldn't say the word if. When Koby advances,
yeah,
he's going to utilize this bridge. Because you've heard Powroznik say several times, I could throttle him right now.
Yeah.
Put something on a little more subtle than that. Huh? Yeah, I don't care. Instead of that sexy shad, a little brighter. This one here is a little more subtle. Since it's so bright out today.
I think I did, but man.
Man.
I thought it was you.
Hey, we're behind you.
A little extra sticky stuff. Ready to go. We'll go to the right. I hope. The back of the mat. I didn't fish. There's a floating mat on this back side of this wall. That's where those other two sort of come out from underneath. I'm gonna ease our way. I threw my spook over by it, but they didn't do anything to that. So we're gonna tube down this wall here, very deep. Grass. Come here, tube. This is where I need to be. See, yesterday you couldn't even see all this, you know, where you got them big sand spots and stuff out there. You couldn't see any of that. That big mat is no longer there. Big mat slid that way.
Oh, I know what that means. Break music. Koby Kreiger. The last half hour has been good to him. Last 45 minutes, as a matter of fact. Pretty critical. Yeah, he had to do something.
Koby Kreiger, a couple bonus largemouth. Switched over from a drop shot to a tube and piling on a little bit of weight on his roommate.
Well, got another one, got another one.
Kreiger again, 72nd Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year points.
Bingo.
You got to be around 38 or 39 to be in the Classic, so he's a long way from there and not likely to, well, it'd be tough to get there with 2 events remaining in the regular season. But he can get there through this thing. This is our Classic bracket competition. First time ever for the Bassmasters. We're on the Niagara River between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. We got eight guys in this first round, 4 of them fishing right now in the morning matches, and Kevin Van Dam swamping Drew Benton at this point now.
Drew Benton just needing some 12-inch fish right now, just to hang in there for tomorrow.
We'll come back and he'll have an hour to do it.
Bassmaster.
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket, brought to you live by Toyota.
29 pounds, 3 ounces!
Edwin Evers here, 2016 Bassmaster Classic champion. In celebration of Lowrance winning the last 5 Bassmaster Classics, we're going to extend the Ultimate Upgrade promo. If you buy an HDS Gen 3 with Structure Scan 3D, we're going to mail you a $300 rebate. 5 Bassmaster Classic champions in a row. That doesn't happen by chance. That happens because these units are the best.
The ultimate predator has evolved again. Now, Yamaha VMAX SHO Performance is prowling the waters in 4 hungry, exciting new models. With their 4 valves per cylinder and double overhead cam fuel-injected design, these advanced 4-stroke predators are taking performance to a whole new level. vicious, lean, efficient. VMAX SHO, the pack is growing.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
Come on now.
That one right there.
"30, 29, 28, tick, tock. 25 years old, and you're still playing in the mud. 15 feet in the air, that's where you feel most alive. 10 meter maids waiting to wallpaper your truck. Better get out of town. 5, 4, 3. The all-new Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places.
Days, it's funny. I wake up in the morning and nothing else matters except where and when my first bite of the day is going to come. We have so much going on at a tournament, getting gear ready, in and out of the truck and the boat, prep and tackle, all that kind of stuff. And probably one of the most favorite pieces of gear or equipment that I've got is my ARE Z Series cap, ARE's premier model, and it's easy to see why.
He's fished here for decades. He knows every hump, every drop-off, every contour. He's dedicated his entire life to understanding this single body of water, and he didn't know squat about it until 2 hours ago. AutoChart Live lets you build your own high-definition maps anywhere in the world in real time. Only from Humminbird.
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket, brought to you live by Toyota.
8 anglers in this thing right now. 8 have qualified. Of course, they got here based on their finish at Cayuga Lake. Up in the Finger Lakes region, the top 8 qualified to come here for this classic bracket competition. Dean Rojas, Jason Powroznik, Kevin Van Dam, who won the tournament to be the #1 seed.
Hey, and quietly right there, Keith Combs, obviously a big bass specialist, but Keith Combs, very powerful in all of our smallmouth events.
Absolutely. So versatile, so good. And Drew Benton, surprising everybody, jumping into that thing. The boy from down Florida, Alabama area, another Alabama kid. And that one right there, Jordan Lee. So, Jordan Lee, Dean Rojas, Keith Combs, and Brett Hite, they're all going this afternoon. But we got another, well, a little less than an hour to go.
I'm not going to lie.
Fast-moving match.
Kind of really excited to get the later matches going. I said that this morning.
There's our playing field in Niagara. 18 miles of the Niagara River. Anchor Marina is where everything's going out of. But the Beano Way in there, that's just where they're staging, and the guys are taking off from there.
Anchor Marina?
Anchor Marina.
Exactly right.
Fun place, a couple of bridges along the way. Jacob Powroznik has been camped at that one right there. That's the interstate bridge. Going over from Buffalo.
Jacob Powroznik's probably having one of the weirdest days of his tournament career today.
I don't know. There's
catching them, but not catching them, but not really catching them, or not really
saying
fishing.
You could catch them, I really could whale on them. It's complicated, okay?
See if we can't sneak over to a one. Kevin Van Dam.
Here's Van Dam. Oh, hooked up again. Got to limit the boat 8 pounds plus.
Get him undone.
I throw it to you, Fred.
With him too.
The weight's surprising you?
A little bit less than what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But again, what's surprising me is how fast 3 hours goes by.
Come on. It's the same old deal.
Van Dam with a small cull here. Such, anything? All right.
Not at present.
No, I'm watching him. His smallest fish is a 1 pounder. I was just looking that up. So
give him a few ounces.
Yeah, I didn't hear what they said. What they say? How big that was?
We'll get an update on it in just a second here. It's really kind of immaterial at this point unless Drew Benton can ignite something here.
Not that it matters.
At least in the morning session, or today's session.
Hey, the other side though is Van Dam has not run away with this.
No.
In any way, shape, or form.
Drew Benton's not going home after today. He's coming back out here. A pound 4 is what they were calling
4 ounces on that.
Yeah.
And we had Charlie Hartley chime in, and there's some big smallmouth in there, two 5 pounders, and he's ahead. Got an hour.
Charlie's got a point.
And there are giants in here. If you've never been here, like I said, you get out to just a mile or two from where Koby was fishing, and you are in hallowed ground.
Out there toward Erie, from where he was fishing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which they're swimming in here too.
Well, where the water funnels in is bring a lot of food, where they have from Lake Erie. Yeah, smorgasbord.
Oh, it's just a lot more. There's a lot more rock flats out there in the mouth. That North Shore, really, the first mile going into the river, and then really holy cow, the next 5 miles of that North Shore is a special shallow area. And all those shoals out in the mouth, that.
Drew Benton back to drop shot, and Dave Mercer reminded us everything takes longer here. Bottom covered with that green slime, floating grass on top for the jerkbaiters.
I think the only thing that'll really hurt Drew for tomorrow is if he is to blank. That's going to play in your head overnight.
Yeah.
That's going to.
What are you going to do this afternoon?
Right. That could make for a long afternoon.
Uh-huh. Can't watch the competition.
You can tell when you get out here in the current. It's a real deal.
Well, I would say if Drew Benton was whaling on him right here, everyone would know exactly where he was if they were watching. That's the rule, the brand new invented rule.
Or it could eliminate the spot.
Yeah, that's a good point. Take it out of play real quick.
There's a good one. Big one. No, not a big one. He was so black, I thought he was good. Hang on a second, I'm gonna spin around. Here, can you come up here and I can...
Have not seen Van Dam throw one follow-up bait, has really jerk-baited all day long.
Hold still. 111. 111.
Call 8 ounces.
He will get 8 ounces there?
Got that one at 111, 1 pound, 11 ounces.
I think he has another 1.3 in there, yeah.
Kevin's got something figured out. He's going to stay in the seat, work the trolling motor while he does that weighing thing there. Don't get off those fish. He's always thinking. Kevin Van Dam and Drew Benton. We're going over to Koby Kreiger now. Koby Kreiger has turned things around in his match with Jacob Powroznik.
Koby has punished Jacob Powroznik today.
Oh, boy. Merciless beating.
I got to get in my box and get another bait out, but if I get off the trolling motor, we'll be 500 yards down shore, down the river. Little bitty guy. Little bitty fella. Looks to be 12 inches though. Oh yeah.
Go though.
Just hang on, fellas, because once we hit this current, we're gonna go like Banshee, so. Zero? Zero?
Oh, yeah, yep. Go ahead. $1.8?
Yep, I agree. Why wasn't that stupid thing here earlier this morning?
We're going to find out whether that one's going to keep or not. We didn't get to quite get the audio of the reading of the weight right there. So
Fish
we'll
number 5,
that
though.
That's number 5. 5 fish.
Five.
Fits as a keeper. It was a keeper. So that's going to add to his total and his advantage over that. Steve Bowman, 1.8 for Koby Kreiger is what we're told right there. Steve Bowman, are you still with Jacob Powroznik? Tell us your location right now.
I'm still with Jacob, and he's not. He's doing what we were doing when we talked earlier. I mean, from the standpoint of fishing these bridge pilings, and on a 3-hour tournament, you don't have time to do a lot of stretching your wings. I guess he's just decided to stay right here at the bridge pilings and milk it for all it's worth.
Bowman,
I thought he was catching one there for a
consistently
minute,
remind him that
every
Koby
once
is.
in a while we'll see him set the hook. He'll catch a good keeper, and then maybe even a smaller one. But he's not really tearing the world up today. This is he's really doing what most of us would refer to as he's fighting Koby with a pillow. So this would be a pillow fight from his standpoint.
Have you reminded him that Koby is really beating the tar out of him right now?
I have not. I do. I have been reminding him that that what he's doing is boring us to tears. As a matter of fact, I got a picture of Tripp that I may put in the photo gallery of Tripp sitting on the side of the boat like this. He posed that. It wasn't for real, but what he's doing is pretty boring stuff. It's drop shotting on a deal, and he's setting the hook like a monster when he gets bit. But so I'm assuming that he's wanting to catch them, and he's caught good ones here before, and we saw him lose one about 2 pounds or better not long ago, less than an hour ago.
Got one on right now. Check it out, Steve.
Evidently, he has one on now.
Yeah.
So, matter of fact, I'm sure y'all can see it.
It's a good one.
That will definitely help him.
It's so and a bean in that current.
So
Bowman pulling double duty.
Oh my gosh.
Pulling double
duty.
Doing
the play-by-play and the
Exactly.
analysis. How about that?
He's no Ron Moore, but he's
Well, wait
solid.
a minute, come on now. Let's be fair and equitable here. Jacob Powroznik with a good keeper right there. Steve Bowman now.
So you have 0.
I mean, we're kind of holding out hope that he's just, if the...
I'm here.
2 pounds, 8 ounces.
Well, and I think
there.
that he's just getting started, actually. And
Whatever, dude.
Zona, you can.
I think he's just getting started.
39 minutes to go, and he's just getting started. We're kind of holding out hope
Come
that
on.
if
Hey, we're trying to keep this right, aren't we? I mean, the reality of it is, Zona, you know this better than anybody. The sun up here really kind of helps when you're doing this kind of thing. We've had the heavy cloud cover all morning until about 20, 30 minutes ago when the clouds moved out and we've gotten some sun. I mean, he's made that same drift 10 times this morning and caught 6 inches, 4 inches. But now that the sun is getting set right and positioning the fish, we may see him catch more than that. I mean, so yeah, I think that there could be the chance that he could be just getting started. If he had a 2.5 there, so he's got close to what 5-6 pounds. I mean, he's just one bite away from catching back up to Koby.
Yep, looks like he's just cranking the machine up right now. And, Steve Bowman, we'll get back with you. As
Thank you,
Bowman
Steve.
said,
Thank you, Steve.
In all honesty, he's exactly right. Any of the smallmouth tournaments we have, when that sun gets high and basically puts 20/20 vision on a smallmouth, they turn into piranhas. And really, the last hour has been the best hour of the day so far.
Has been, absolutely. Good point. Back to Kevin Van Dam. Totally dominating in his match. Had a limit for the last hour and 15 minutes now, or hour and 20 minutes, and just keeps getting better.
That feels like a good one. I don't know. Nope. I better weigh him. Hooked funny.
Drew Benton still looking for his first keeper right there. Yeah, Kevin Van Dam's not going to leave the trolling mode now. He's got this figured out.
Yeah. And I would guess it's probably pissing Kevin off more to weigh him right now.
Yeah.
Just because he wants to keep firing.
Yeah.
1 pound 6 ounces.
1.6.
1 pound 6 ounces.
He would love to come in with 15 pounds.
Right.
I think it's been cool watching Kevin going with the current too today. Flowing with the current's been really cool.
I get a little bit closer to that seawall.
God, dog. That one's better. Just let him wear him out in the current for a minute. Trying to get up here where I can. Oh, he's coming to jump. It helps when they got a 6 mile an hour current on their side. Wait, not a big one either, but you're way faster than me.
Well, so we'll be ready when you are.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Why would you take him up over 10 pounds, Kevin?
Those trebles right there are the deal. Of course. Too even, huh?
Too even.
Yep.
No, I really didn't have a strategy coming in other than just a couple little areas, and I mean, It's just in this deal, I got to get bites to, get things going, and I've had a couple, but for whatever reason, they're just not committing to my bait. I had 2 3-pounders this morning. One bit this thing twice and didn't get hooked. And one just kind of come up and looked at it, and then had another one probably close to 4, hooked, and it jumped and hit the boat and come off. So, I mean, it's just one of those deals where I think you just gotta keep plugging away. I mean, I really don't have much else to do.
Bait, but with all this current, the the smallmouth, they can't handle it. They're down there sitting glued to the bottom, so that's the place they can be out of the current, waiting for pods of these shiners to come by. So this thing's just kind of hanging there in the current, and they can't pass it up. So it's just a good way to cover a lot of water. Something's messed up here. What happened? There's a piece of line on that knot still. I love jerk baits for smallmouth. They're just so deadly for them, and in this 3-hour format, you got to have something that you can get on them quick with. So, and then it tangles. These walls, even though the current's real fast, between the bottom and that, it gives a spot where they can sit down there, and they can just sit there glued to the bottom just waiting. So they're not sitting there in that high current the whole time.
Let me give you one real quick, Such. You'll like this. This is for you.
Gotcha,
Ready?
gotcha.
Yeah, Kevin Van Dam's a very, 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 very competitive person, and I'd like to ask him about this right here. We were having a bonfire right around the 4th. All the kids, everybody's having a good time. The kids are there, and there was a bunch of kids from Alabama bass fishing, in their 20s, and everybody was making s'mores. And Van Dam comes out and he goes, Give me one of those s'more steaks. I make the best s'more ever. And literally, now listen to me. I was sitting on the deck listening to him, and he put on a clinic for these kids on how to make the right s'more. I'm dead serious.
He's serious about his culinary skills now. He is.
He put on an hour-and-a-half seminar of how to cook s'mores.
It's not that hard to make it.
And looked at one of them and said, that's not the deal. That's not the deal.
Really?
If you're not going to make the best one, why even bother?
And here's the thing.
What's his secret? Anything?
It's patience. It's patience. And it's don't burn the marshmallow.
Some people like that little.
Well, let me tell
crusty.
you, if anybody caught their marshmallow on fire, they're going to get lit up like a Christmas tree, Jack.
You get that all figured out. Give me an update too, please. More on what I got. I'm not really concerned with.
10 pounds, 4 ounces.
Okay.
Bass scratcher.
What's my smallest fish right now? 1.6?
$111 is your smallest.
111 is my smallest fish?
It's still
playing.
Right.
Okay.
And the more you told him how good the s'mores was, the more he would entrench and start making people s'mores.
So we need some.
You got it figured out.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll give you another one later too.
Okay.
I
love those stories.
I took pictures of the next one.
You brought the KVD stories last time when he won Cayuga, and I was thinking about one of those as we're watching today. You say fishing in the boat with him is sort of like you almost want a helmet on. We got a marshal in there. We got a rules official and a camera guy and a jerkbait going around.
He ain't scared to put a hook in you either.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll worry about it later. Just weigh it.
Better wing.
Been a pretty good show with Kevin Van Dam this morning.
No doubt about it. Putting on a show for us. Show Drew Benton doesn't want to see. He's got to somehow make up the ground. Doesn't have to do it today, but he's going to have to do it tomorrow if he's going to get it done. We'll be right back. Take a quick break.
Bassmaster Live.
The Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket is brought to you by Humminbird, Minn Kota, Skeeter Boats, Mercury, Hook, Nitro, and by Yamaha.
30, 29, 28. Tick tock. 25 years old, and you're still playing in the mud. 15 feet in the air. That's where you feel most alive. 10 meter maids waiting to wallpaper your truck. Better get out of town. 5, 4, 3. The all-new Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places.
Days, it's funny. I wake up in the morning and nothing else matters except where and when my first bite of the day is going to come. We have so much going on in a tournament, getting gear ready, in and out of the truck and the boat, prep and tackle, all that kind of stuff. And probably one of the most favorite pieces of gear or equipment that I've got is my ARE Z Series cap, ARE's premier model, and it's easy to see why.
You know, this place is just such a phenomenal fishery. It's one of the greatest places we get to go.
What an awesome fishery. I just can't, say enough about this place, guys. It's really, really good.
New York could easily be a second home to me.
Come on, let me get you. Yeah, you're ready.
He's fished here for decades. He knows every hump, every drop-off, every contour. He's dedicated his entire life to understanding this single body of water, and he didn't know squat about it until 2 hours ago. AutoChart Live lets you build your own high-definition maps anywhere in the world in real time. Only from Humminbird.
The competition is fierce and the prizes are huge. The only thing missing is you. Fantasy Fishing presented by Toyota. Sign up for free and face fans from across the nation. Grand prize winner receives a Triton Yamaha package including a Triton 189 TRX. MSRP of $37,293. The classic and each individual elite event winner will receive $2,500 Bass Pro Shops gift cards, with the runner-up receiving a GoPro Hero 4 black camera. Sign up and pick your team today at Bassmasterfantasy.com. If you love bass fishing, then show your support by joining BASS today. Since 1968, BASS has been serving bass fishing enthusiasts with information and tournament coverage that make you a better angler. When you sign up today, you'll join over 500,000 outdoorsmen who love bass fishing.
Patience, baby.
With your membership, you'll receive every issue of Bassmaster magazine, plus $50 in free gear, including a membership tackle bag, BASS cap, plus more. Call us or log on to Bassmaster.com to join Bass now.
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite Series Bassmaster Classic Bracket, brought to you live by Toyota.
Quick, let's take a look at this. This was just moments ago. Jacob Powroznik trailing in his match with Koby Kreiger. Hooking up. That bridge looks very familiar. He's been there all day long.
Look, look, look. Look at the big one with him. Daggone, there was another big one with him. What's he look like? Legal fish.
£1, 13 ounces.
What?
Mm-hmm. 113.
All right. While that was going on, a first fish of the day for Drew Benton. That was just, this is moments ago as well.
Hey, and that is not a big one, but mentally just going into the end of this round.
£1, 6 ounces.
Number one.
All right. On the board.
Let's see if he can do like Koby Kreiger and kind of load the boat right here after he gets the goose egg out of there. Again, this match does not end today. It ends tomorrow afternoon. This is a two-part deal, 2 3-hour legs. Now we're back to live. Kevin Van Dam on the left, Drew Benton on the right. Down to, as an old friend of ours used to say, the short rows. 24 minutes left to fish.
We'll take an hour and a half time out.
Hour and a half time out. For a moment, Kevin Van Dam was fishing against himself.
And that's
one of the hardest things to do.
The other side is they'll be able to catch 5 tomorrow. They're not just going to call. They're not culling what they've caught.
No.
Okay.
New slate.
Yeah. Okay.
Go to 0.
I'm more here to practice for tomorrow. I want to fish this stretch down below me, but
one of the questions we're getting, actually, several people have asked this. Do you think this place is going to fish small and see a lot of the same guys fishing these areas later today? I'm going to say yes. I really am.
They always do tend to find the same places, even if there's 100 of them out there.
Yeah, Benton's starting point was KVD's.
Right, where we saw Koby Kreiger as well. So 3 of the 4 fish in one spot. That's a pretty good indication. There's some commonality out there. I still want to ask Mercer, I haven't had a chance to, if somebody's going to go up and catch them really, really shallow.
See, it's not working. it ain't working because he was just weighing one.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a minute or so up there. I checked to verify just a few minutes ago. He wasn't 0, so that's probably
Little, something small keeps hitting it.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. I know where there's some more fish, but I'm not gonna, these guys can't help but fish when you leave. So I'm gonna try to find some. I think there'll be a good chance there'll be some more down this flat right here, and that's what I want to find.
There should be one right there. Look at that. Water's backing up in there. He's missing a good opportunity to be there.
This one's still totally lopsided in Kevin Van Dam's favor. The good match we got going on right now, you can see it for yourself. Koby Kreiger and Jacob Powroznik, and besides just the score that you see there, there's lots of other undercurrents, alliances, and so forth going on. More like a WWE plot line
I
here.
got a feeling, though, after tomorrow, there's not going to be any alliances happening whatsoever.
They're going to wash the whole thing out.
It could be by the end of today.
Dissolve the whole marriage, right? Okay.
On my screen. Hey,
I believe it. Don't
time for you to pull your weight, buddy.
quote me on this, Such. We have some heavier winds coming later in the week, right?
Yeah, today it's only going to get up to 10 miles an hour this afternoon.
What is the direction the wind's going to come from later in the week?
Later in the week, I'm not sure exactly what direction.
Let me go to work.
Look that up.
You feel down there on the bottom when you're on the right, there's a little hump right down through here. I guess from all the current, it's exposed to hard spots or rocks or whatever, and you can feel it going tink, 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 tink. And yesterday, if it did that too many times, it went tink, 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 tonk, and there he was. Today, not yet.
Exactly 1 minute now till the 11:15 update. So essentially you're 16 minutes from the end of the day.
Man, that's some good stuff right there.
Tomorrow, the big wind day. 18 to 20 west to southwest.
That'll push a lot in. That'll be coming the direction of the river.
He can ride at noon also with 50-60% chance of thunderstorm.
I got a little nervous.
Or rain. I don't know if that's thunderstorm.
Good.
Later in the day on
11:15 on the
Jacob,
dot.
I'll give you an 11:15 update. Koby Kreiger has 5 fish for 8 pounds, 14 ounces.
Track.
You have 4 fish
Currently
for 7
still
pounds,
has
11
you.
ounces.
Same as
Kevin Van Dam, 10 pounds, 4 ounces, 5 fish. Drew Benton, 0. 15 minutes remaining in the round.
ounces. Bass Track has Jacob Powroznik, currently with 3 fish. They go 7 pounds, 11 ounces. Looks like he had an upgrade. My math says that's 1 pound, 2 ounces separating the two of you. Smallest fish, 1 pound, 2 ounces also.
Benton does.
Did I say tomorrow? I'm
I'll
sorry.
give you the 1 minute warning, Koby, at 11:29, and then count it down from 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, 1 pound, 6 ounces.
Yeah, now it's on Bass Track. Just came across.
Big win Friday. Friday's the big day for wind. Sorry. That's why I'm not a weatherman.
That's good. Good for Drew.
Powroznik had talked about going up to a power plant area, and
he has not left.
No, he is not going to leave that bridge pile.
Right here? I don't know. It depends on what happens here in the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, if not, I'm going to run up there and fish that wall again. Try to catch a largemouth. No, up there. Come on, one bite right here. Jeez.
believe it.
There, they bite. They're not.
I wonder why that thing won't go all the way backwards. Come down there and fish that thing. There's another deal I didn't fish down there.
Just for our reference, do we know who Tripp will be with later today? I like to know these things.
Not offhand.
See if we can't get a little info on that, Tommy.
I'll try to see if I can find out. Definitely made a point to get in Powroznik's boat this morning.
Exactly
He's going to be
right.
the equivalent player in the
I'd
afternoon
just like
matches.
to see that he cracks the whip a little bit more in the later afternoon round.
100%.
Make sure this doesn't get out of control.
Yeah, we don't need a free-for-all out here.
Horrible. Just, we're horrible.
Shocker, huh?
I know.
That could be so good. But we're making TV, baby.
I'm saying he climbs in the boat with young Jordan Lee.
Yeah?
The Alabama connection.
I'm going to agree with that. Okay. I'll slow this boat down.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
All right. The bashing for
Sorry.
now.
I thought we'd see a bigger fish caught as well.
I agree with that.
Kreiger's 2.5 is the biggest today.
That's the biggest.
2.6.
2.6?
2.6. Powroznik.
Powroznik's.
2.6.
Powroznik had a 2.8. 2.5 pounder.
His weight keeps going up the longer we sit here talking. Again, Koby Kreiger now, 72nd in the points race, so way out of the classic cut for next year. This is maybe his, and most likely is his only route to the classic, is to win this one right here. There's just 3 events through the course of the year. The Bassmaster Elite guy can qualify without points for the classic, and that's, of course, to win the classic, the previous classic, win Bass Fest. Mid-season, Greg Hackney got that one.
Over the gunnel.
And that'll be over the gunnel. Over the gunnel.
We're talking about the end game for this match here.
Last night before anybody had a chance to ask.
Four minutes left. You heard him talking about the protocol at the end. They're going to count you down. You have to have your line back over the gunnel of the boat.
Come on, fish.
By closing time.
One last minute heroic catch.
A little less than 3 minutes.
Enough to make one catch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, you sing better than me, so.
Yeah.
Remember, a fish has to be over the gunnel at drop dead time.
Don't worry, you're going to catch him.
Well, I got to count it down and tell them it's...
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minute warning.
You know, for as much as we've kind of beat the drum with Powroznik, he's fished somewhat.
Look at this. We got one hooked up again.
Oh, he's going to take the lead. That'd be so great.
Give Koby something to sleep on.
Give you something to think about, boy.
It's over.
That's so great.
He will.
Powroznik's awesome.
We knew he'd succumb. We knew he'd just go feral on us and catch everything he could catch.
Nothing like last minute.
Koby's going to be like, what are you doing, man?
Dude, well, I've seen him down there with the other one. He won't like he won't hubbed up.
Uh-oh.
Hey, come on, man.
He's got a fat lip.
£2 pounds, 3 ounces.
All right.
There's a full 1 pound lead now.
He only got 4 fish, didn't he? Oh
2
my
pounds,
gosh.
3 ounces.
Oh no.
That's
so
awesome. Come on, man. I got to hear it when they announce it.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6.
He broke my
4,
broke my junk
3,
off.
2,
1.
That'll do it.
Your the first round against Koby Kreiger is officially over.
That's it, boys. That is it.
The final minute.
That's the end of round number 1. Koby, Bass Track currently showing you at 8 pounds 14 ounces for your 5 fish limit. Still showing Jacob with 7 pounds 11 ounces for 4 fish, but we're getting reports that he caught a late fish.
That ain't good
14.
for me.
We'll confirm that.
That's terrible. Oh, this is sort of a
Look at
comic
him.
tragedy.
Wait. Oh, no. He's what the heck?
Come on.
That 3-pounder on 3.5, I lost it. It looked real good there. But, it's not about me.
Let me send this update for her.
Oh, poor Koby.
Well, come
Well,
on.
he's got another day.
Got a whole nother day to sort this
I'm
thing
going to
out.
tell you something. Those two are going to hash it out tonight. Trust me on that.
Koby Kreiger, again, has gotta make it the Classic this way. He can't make it any other way. His roommate's fishing against him. His roommate puts him out. He's done as far as his Classic.
I guarantee you, Powroznik's going to be like, I just don't know what happened, man. I just become possessed the last
that is oh my gosh, that's entertaining. That is Tuesday, live bass fishing for everybody out there. Kevin Van Dam swamping Drew Benton, but Drew Benton is not done yet. Again, tomorrow afternoon, 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time, these two groups will tee it up again for 3 more hours of fishing. None of these matches are done until that one's over with. We have a message. Let's take it out. Let's take it out to Jacob Powroznik. Understand we have a message from him.
Hey, Zona, how about this? I know you said winner of this round. How about if I beat Van Dam in total weight? Do I still get the chicken wings? How about that little bet? Daggone. You got to give me something to fish for here, bud.
All right, now hold on a minute. I'm willing to pony up the $100 to suck on them chicken wings together at the Anchor Bar. But what was the place? Gabriel's Gate?
Gabriel's Gate. That's the place.
I'll up the ante.
Right down the road.
$200 to go to Gabriel's Gate.
Wow.
Take the whole crew.
$200.
Too rich for mudblood.
No, you're in on that.
No.
I need something to watch. Listen, everybody on Bassmaster Live needs something to watch tomorrow. $200 to Powroznik, Gabriel's Gate.
If he beats Van Dam, his total is better than Van Dam.
Dude, I just want to get released, I just wish we could let Koby go through and just let me face KVD.
This is so complicated.
He wants a piece of KVD.
Check out my man
Apparently.
Bowman. Isn't he looking good? The old turkey slayer.
And we're going to get sued by Vince McMahon for these plot lines here.
There's no doubt about it.
They're stolen.
No doubt
completely
about it.
stolen from WWE Wrestling.
Listen. Here's what I will say for everybody that's hanging with us on Bassmaster Live. I give Powroznik credit for just dropping the clutch the last hour.
Boy, that was funny. That was great.
Because here's the simple point. Let's just say this is horrible. Let's just say Koby goes out and blanks tomorrow. So anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, we're going to be back later today, friend.
Complicated but fun.
Sure.
Complicated but fun.
And weird.
And weird, too. Here's our scores now today. Let's recap that for you. Kevin Van Dam, we've said before, absolutely a tsunami. Taking on Drew Benton there and got 10 times the weight of Drew Benton. But Drew Benton not done again. Tomorrow afternoon, they'll tee it up again. Powroznik and Kreiger right together within a pound of each other. Now, here's what we're looking forward to coming up this afternoon.
That's what we've been waiting for.
Keith Combs, Jordan Lee, and Dean Rojas.
So we're just taking a little siesta.
Taking a siesta, 1:15 Eastern Time. We'll tee it up, lines in the water. Right now, let's throw it over to Dave Mercer, standing there with Koby Kreiger.
Here I am hanging out with the guy with all the pressure on his shoulders. And it feels like, Koby, that the pressure built a little. We talked this morning with Jacob, and Jacob's last words in that interview were, I'm going to tell you right now, Koby Kreiger is making it through this bracket. However, the fish started talking to him at the end of that. Are you concerned of how this is going to affect the roommate situation?
Well, I'm not worried about the roommate situation, but it's a little nerve-wracking. I mean, you know, I'm behind according to Bass Track, so if I don't catch a fish tomorrow, I'm going home, you know, plain and simple. So, I mean, I've definitely got work to do, you know, and everybody that thought Jacob was going to just lay up and let me win, you know, not being the right thing to do, well, obviously he's not doing that. So, I mean, I got 3 hours tomorrow to get it done.
Do you feel that Kevin Van Dam's relentless trash talking of Jacob Powroznik for laying up has really made your day a lot tougher and your quest a whole lot tougher?
Well, I don't know who's been trash talking, but I heard there were a couple people in his ears about that kind of stuff. You know, and Jacob's the kind of guy that he doesn't like people to be talking trash to him. So, you know, he showed up today, that's for sure. He's here to play. There's no doubt about it.
Well, we can't let him have the last word. This is your opportunity to look in that camera right now and send out Jacob Powroznik a little love and maybe tell me what you'd like him to do tomorrow.
Hey, Jacob, nice job today. You caught a little bit too much, I think, in my opinion. But hey, tomorrow's a new game, and I got one more 3-hour period to catch you.
Just one little breaking news. Koby Kreiger told me if Jacob Powroznik laid off his fish in this tournament, that he was going to buy him a brand new truck and boat. Maybe not true. Can you confirm or deny that?
Well, you know, KVD does sell a KVD truck and boat at Bass Tracker. You know, it's a remote control, so hey, we can do that.
Done deal. Koby Kreiger still in the mix here, but got his work cut out for him tomorrow.
Wow. Well, there he is. Yeah, pound apart from Jacob Powroznik. A little bit closer than we had that thing figured for.
Listen, those two are going to have what I call their comeuppance later tonight. Okay, because I believe there was probably a deal made somewhere, or it just, hey, you know, let's just create a little bit of drama.
Boy, they've done that. I think he may show up with the Freebirds tomorrow to settle this thing. I don't know what's going to happen. All right, that was fun. That was our first ever set of matches in the classic qualifying here from the Niagara
River.
I
liked it.
That was fun. A great way to spend your Tuesday morning. We've got more on the way. This day is only halfway done as far as the fishing coverage. We're going to bring you live today, 1:15 p.m. 2 more matches teeing up here. Brett Hite, Keith Combs. That'll be a good one. Jordan Lee and Dean Rohan. Those 2 matches taking place this afternoon. And again, like the first match, going to be just half the match today, the other half in the morning tomorrow. So that to look forward to at 1:15 p.m. right here on Bassmaster.com. Bassmaster Live. Thank you.